That's a good clap. That's a manly clap.
All right. Okay, so what I was going to tell you,
All right, yeah, let's
and
hear
I'll
it.
probably just cut this out, but
You say that about
yeah,
everything.
you guys are catching on. But so because of this podcast, I've literally, I mean, you know how it is with stand up, how hard it is to listen to your sets,
Oh, it's brutal. Yeah, you
dude.
know how little I do that.
Yeah, with your shitty little fucking
It's not shitty.
what? Yeah, pull out your fucking recorder,
I don't
dude.
have it on me,
You
but
son of a
it's not. I
bitch.
was pulling out Zen. It's not shitty. It's a good recorder. I just don't listen. So I guess
It
I don't.
doesn't
I don't
transcribe
know
it
if it's good because I don't listen.
because you've never used it. I remember I asked you one time like how to play it back, and you couldn't show me. Like
No, that's not. That
you
never
like
happened.
fiddled with it.
No, I know how to do that. I could do it, but I don't have it on me.
Alright. That thing is hilarious when I see you like click it and then go up, and I'm like, that's just never gonna, never gonna be heard by anybody.
Yeah, but
But yeah, so you understand how hard it is to listen to a 3 minute set
yeah,
when you have to watch yourself and listen to yourself for like 2 hours editing a podcast of yourself. It is brutal.
yeah,
I hate so many of the things I do now.
yeah.
I say dude constantly. I say like constantly. When I
Oh,
laugh too hard, I sound fully retarded.
yeah.
I can't enunciate. I like do this thing where when I get excited, it's really cringy.
I
I have
hate
to
it,
just be
dude.
low energy. See, I just kind of did it again.
Yeah,
I
I
just have to be
saw.
low energy.
Kurt took a picture of me the other night, last night after Nasty Court, and
Yeah.
I was smiling in it, and I was like, God damn it, I should never smile again. I should never, ever smile
I should
again.
never be happy.
Yeah,
That's a shame.
yeah,
Joe List has a joke about that. That's great. Where he's like, it used to be like I look bad in photos, but now it's like, no, this is what you look like.
yeah,
It's just you look bad.
yeah, yeah. That's a picture of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Do you find? Yeah, it's weird how some people love to watch themselves.
I
Like,
can I I will listen to myself if I have a great set, I can listen to that
yeah,
pretty easily.
yeah.
Like if I even need to pick me up, I'll listen to a set that I know is good.
That's it.
But um it's yeah, listening to your set like especially you don't even remember the set that you're listening to
Oh,
until you say like a phrase or word and then you realize that in 20 seconds you're about to blunder and you're about to bomb horrifically
yeah.
and then it's just my finger hovering above the skip button and being like I have to listen to this part of this now and just sitting there just like god.
Yeah.
My new thing is I've just been listening to it on my car's aux
Oh.
right after the open mic.
While you're driving.
I literally get in the car after bombing, plug in my phone, and just press play immediately.
That's actually really smart because it's like you're driving anyways. You could play music, but like, it's like you can't do anything really.
Yeah.
So you might as well just hit play and go. And
Yep.
start driving. Yeah, that's smart. I should do that more. I should do that at all.
I do have a lot. It does. Yeah. I should. It's yeah, it's good. I've had a lot of like moments from that where I've done voice memos into my phone and almost crashed
Yeah.
while driving.
I have listened to him some, and I remember like a few months in, I finally felt like whoa, that was a good set. Like it was maybe like 4 or 5 months in.
Uh-huh.
I had a set at North Bar, and I was like, whoa, I think I'm like finally starting to find it. Like I got some laughs, and I listened back to it, and it was like, that was not good. at
Oh,
all.
that sucks.
It was like I think part of it was North Bar was so you never did North Bar, right?
No,
Dude, it's the longest room in the world.
that
And
sucks.
even the people sitting as close as possible, they're far away from you.
How
So
far?
I think probably like at least 10 feet,
Okay.
maybe 15. But like I think part of it was my recorder was in my pocket, and so like it's not picking up a lot of. But it also I think it's also just that like
But also,
it wasn't good.
I'm bad at.
yeah. Also I'm
Yeah.
just not good. But it like in the moment it was like it was so much better than other sets where it's just silence. Especially
Sure.
at North Bar. I started doing comedy at North Bar, and it was like, for months I was getting nothing, and I just kept going up. It was like every time before I'd go into North Bar, I'd be like, this is gonna be terrible.
Just specifically at North Bar, or just omnipresent across all the mics.
Across
during
all the
your
mics,
first-
but North Bar was the main one because it was close to Sophia's place, and then they would have a mic like almost every night. So I was like,
What?
It's close. Yeah, it was great. It was a great spot in the sense that there were mics I think every night.
Holy
and
shit,
sometimes
dude.
2 a night. And yeah, it was a good spot in that sense, but it was one of the toughest rooms because it was really narrow and long,
Yeah.
and all the comics would hang out way in the back, and then there was like maybe a few regular people, but not many. And so like you were really performing for like people that were like 100 feet away from you.
That's really stupid.
Yeah, maybe not 100, but really far away. But yeah, so I do need to listen to more sets. I actually had a good set at Shuba's, and I was doing like the skydiving bit,
Uh-huh.
and the I got this new bit working about like when you get sad, like when people get sad, like the weird stuff they do. And I added some jokes to that kind of like in the moment, and they worked like pretty well.
In the moment, meaning you didn't write them before, or you wrote them before but then decided to throw them in?
In the moment, in the sense that like I kind of had ideas about what I could do, but I wasn't able to figure it out on paper.
Oh, that's so cool.
But I did it like in the set, and it worked really well. And I haven't listened to that one yet, but that's like one I should listen to.
Live on the pod, Drew listens to himself.
No, I don't have the recorder. So
that is like one of my favorite. I don't know if you've realized how loose my sets have been recently.
Oh yeah.
But
I noticed. You think I'm not paying attention?
Dude, the one at Lottie's last week was so bad, but
it was one of my favorite sets of all time.
Being loose is so nice. Just like knowing the core of what you want to say, and then just if you say that enough times, eventually you'll find a version that you like.
Yeah.
And it's been actually working.
Yeah, and
because then you find the one you like, and then now I'm doing this.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I like very much. I think that like sitting down to write is important. You do too. I know you write a ton, but like I think there is something to like knowing sort of where it starts and like where it should end, like what the gist of it is, and then like finding it naturally on stage, like because it's. I don't want to say more conversational, but it just comes out like a little bit more organic.
It totally is.
Yeah.
It's more authentic. Yeah. And I was also I used to always think like if I was to tell jokes in the way that I find the funniest, it would be like a group of friends sitting around telling shit to each other.
Oh yeah.
And so I kind of just wanted like when you're with your friends hanging and you're making jokes, you're not thinking about the joke beforehand. Yeah. You just go into it.
Right.
Have you ever told a really good story? It was like the first time you told a story, or just like a story that you have, but you had a really good telling of it to a group of people, and then after you were like, I didn't plan that. Well, now I think about it critically. I didn't used to, but like, I'll tell people like stories. The one about like Dr. Fingerman.
Oh my god!
I told that to people.
Yeah.
Not doing stand up, obviously, and it like crushed for a social setting.
Yeah.
And I just after it, I was like, if I could just do exactly that on stage, I'd be fine.
Right.
And of course I can't remember exactly how I did it. Yeah. And when I was doing it, I wasn't thinking about how I was doing it.
Right. And I think the other nice thing about like not going up with like was because some people you see them do a set and you're like you can tell they're just remembering what they wrote down.
Yes.
And so like I think like being a little bit looser, you get away from that like I need to remember every word, I need to remember the order of the words. And so it's nice that way. But I think for me personally, like some people don't like write as much and like they get away with it somehow. But for me,
do they?
Well, very few do. Well, yeah. And like I was talking to Joe Fernandez, and he like maybe he doesn't want me to talk about his process, but he's talked about it in front of multiple people.
A lot of people are gonna watch this.
He just he talks into like a recorder, or into his phone and like records stuff and like sort of just riffs on it, and then he figures it out. That's that way. So he doesn't put pen to paper, but it's kind of writing out loud.
Yeah, I mean the pen to paper is just. I've tried to explain this to my friends, that like the actual dude. My fucking roommate came in one time because I said I was writing, and I was sitting in front of my notebook. Like I had all my notebooks out, and my pen was in my hand, and I was like tapping it against my knee, looking at the ceiling, and he was like, "Doesn't look like you're writing." And I just want to be like, "What do you think writing means?"
Yeah.
Like the pen is transcription. The writing is just thinking.
Yeah, it's in your head first.
Yeah, like how do you think writing works?
Yeah.
That pissed me off so much.
Yeah, sometimes I sit down to write for 2 hours, and I'll write for 2 hours, and I don't write, and there's nothing on the paper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which sucks. Or I mean, what I do a lot is I'll sit down and write for, dude. I mean, I haven't done this as of late so much, but like especially in my first year and a half, I would just block out 4-hour chunks and just force myself to write for the entire time.
That's amazing.
And the result was I would get about 5 pages of dog shit.
Yeah.
Like so I would per volume be very, very productive, and then I would read it back and just even in the moment be like, I can't do anything with this. This sucks.
Yeah, yeah,
And then it's hard when you do that to even justify that you worked
yeah,
because I have nothing to show for it.
yeah,
And if you write and I feel like if you write and you don't have something, there's like that aha moment when you think of something and you're like, I think this is gonna work, which
Yeah.
is I haven't had that in so fucking long. But
Yeah.
like Macklegay was one of those where I was like, I think people are gonna laugh at Macklegay,
Yeah,
and then Fagglemore. Even though that took a while to get to work, but uh, if you don't have that while you're writing, it just feels like such a waste. And then I have to remind myself, like, no, I did the rep.
right, yeah.
It should theoretically make me a better comic.
It's you're making progress that hasn't been revealed yet.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that because of lacrosse and how you can
how
be.
are you gonna connect these two things?
What are you talking about?
You
They're
were
both
thinking-
poetry and motion. Well, you'll see. So, there are kids. I was one of these kids, honestly. Like, there are a lot of people. There's so many different archetypes of players and the type of player that you can be. I know you're trying not to smile right now,
I'm not trying to.
but there are some people who are like very good in practice and then they're not good in games.
Oh well.
And I'm sure there's the same thing for comedy too, where like people crush at open mics and they're not good on shows. I know a guy that we both really like that does.
Oh, I wonder if we're thinking of the same person. Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him on shows a ton.
I have. It's tepid.
Really?
It's
That's
really
fucked up.
weird.
That's
And
so
then like
fucked
to
up.
me, I'm like, this is what are you fucking?
He's
Why
one of
aren't
my-
you fucking people laughing?
Yeah, he's one of my favorites in the scene. You're gonna bleep the name, obviously.
Yeah, of
right?
course. Yeah. So that's really stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I was gonna say like, the getting good is not just doing the practice; it's being able to apply the practice in a competitive environment. So you
Yeah.
can develop the skills, but unless you use those skills when you should, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
'Cause you can have skills and then not employ them.
Yeah.
Deploy? I don't know. Use them.
Employ.
Kai
De-
Osborne.
deploy is for like bombs, I think.
Deploy. Let me
Yeah.
deploy my skills on you.
Don't do that.
Do you deploy jokes? You deliver jokes.
Deliver. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I like performing on shows is very different. I have jokes that like I love and I do them at open mics and they work really well, and then I do them on shows and people are like, I cannot believe you just said that.
Yeah.
People look like disgusted that I would say that.
It's so disappointing.
It is, but it's like it's also a good thing because you need to know. You know what I mean? I mean, it's disappointing because you're so excited about this thing that's worked, but
Yeah.
then like, but yeah, and that's like the that's like the true value in doing bar shows or any shows really is like figuring out what works in front of a real audience.
Yeah.
It's not like because you get to post about it on Instagram or because like you're like, oh shit, I feel like a real comic.
Speak for yourself. The one doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Although I haven't posted clips from it. But yeah, I mean, the other option, if you don't want to be disappointed, is you can just completely blame the crowd,
Oh yeah, and dude,
which
and
we've seen quite a lot of people.
yeah, well, it's
very
nice because
proficient.
the crowd always loves it. Did you
Dude, I
hurt
just
yourself?
laughed so hard I thought I had a heart attack. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, dude, that's like a surefire
Ow.
way to get the crowd on your side is to get mad at them.
I know, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
Especially when they do it at the top of their set. That's the smartest way to do it, is when you
Yeah.
just open with a shitty joke and then you go, oh, you guys.
Oh,
You're not that
you,
good,
you
are
guys
you?
aren't fun.
Yeah. You guys suck.
Yeah.
I've heard multiple comics say after a joke that I couldn't even like think of like a discernible punchline. Like even I as a comic, because when you watch people do jokes, you can like see the math behind it.
Yeah.
And you can sort of see like this is where you want people to laugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
When people say stuff and you're like, I don't even know.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know where it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or people are going so fast, you're like, even if something was funny, we didn't have time to
Yeah,
process it and laugh.
dude, I feel like such a bitch for saying this, but I'm sort of that way with Dave Attell.
Oh really?
When I listen to Dave Attell, it's so quick that I
Yeah.
can't even process it. And by the time I am processing it, he's on to the next joke, and I feel like now I have to go back.
Yeah.
I literally have to go back,
Yeah.
and I feel so stupid.
Yeah.
I feel dumb.
That's how I feel about like Dennis Miller. Like some of the old Dennis Miller stuff, his references, his like mind is so quick
Uh-huh.
with like references and like connecting things that like I would have to pause it and think about like, oh, he's referring to a character from this movie that's like this person for this reason.
Exactly.
And then it's like, okay, I can hit play again and yeah.
But then the people in the recording are laughing.
Yeah.
And you're like, so I'm dumber than every single one of these people.
Yeah, I think there's more canned laughter than we realize.
What's canned laughter?
Like recordings of people laughing.
That
are played
like they're
over.
piping it in?
Yeah, piping it in, yeah.
Yeah.
Or adding it in post, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they're adding it in the room. Live.
No.
Yeah.
Dude, apparently Tom Segura, like his first ever tape, he submitted, he had all of his friends sit in like the very front and just die laughing the entire time. It might have even been like they recorded just their friend. He like told them to laugh and then put it over, like spliced it over.
Yeah.
And he said like the club owner that he sent it to literally was like, yeah, aside from like having your friends die laughing at all your jokes, it was pretty good. Like it was that obvious.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so bad at this right now. I'm so tired.
Are you? I feel like you're doing a great job, dude.
Feel
I
like
just
I
don't know.
suck.
Should we keep talking about stand up or should we talk about something else? I
I
wanted to ask you about your twin brother.
Go ahead.
Cause like,
He's 24 now.
cause you guys are twins. Oh yeah. Happy birthday! Hey, yeah, it's Harry's birthday, guys. It was his birthday yesterday.
Why'd you tell so many people the HBD thing?
Because I want people to tell you happy birthday.
Thank
You don't like it?
I like it. It's fine.
Because especially since you were having a rough day.
That just made it more bittersweet.
17 hours on his birthday.
Yeah, that was no kidding. Not just one of the worst days, like as a birthday. That was just. I set the record for the most amount of hours I've ever worked on my birthday.
Dude,
I woke up at 5:10 a.m.
Yeah.
after getting 4 hours of sleep,
Ugh,
and I worked a 17-hour day.
brutal.
And then I got 5 hours of sleep and worked a 9-hour day.
Brutal.
But I will say, the reason that I only slept for 4 hours, I probably could have gotten like 7 hours, but I stayed up late talking to a bachelorette.
Oh, a bachelorette?
I was texting her.
The lady you were talking about
Yes.
before. Yeah, nice, dude.
And I was like, you know what? This is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
To talk to a lady?
Yeah. For me it is.
Did you have talked to her the next day?
Probably not.
Okay.
Well, because I was working 17 hours.
Wait. I don't get what the once in a lifetime opportunity is.
It wasn't really a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Okay.
It was sort of just like a exciting. Most of the texting has just been like a couple messages and then good amount of hours, couple messages, and then this was like you're on Xbox Live and the other person's online. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like instant responses. So you're having like a real time conversation with somebody.
Right.
Like when we're running bits by each other and it's like bubble, 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 bubble.
Yeah.
So it was very exciting.
That is exciting, yeah.
And
and it's going well, right?
Yes.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. But
Did you tell her it was your birthday?
She
She knew?
No, well, I brought it up because she asked me how did it came up on the date somehow.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, in like a couple days. And then she said, what are you doing for your birthday? And I was like, I will be working a lot.
Damn.
And she was like, oh, you should do something fun. I was like, I want to.
Yeah.
But I have to be working a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I worked 17 hours and then I went back to my hotel. I went to Steak and Shake, more tired than I've ever been, and just sat in Steak and Shake waiting for my order. My phone was dead, so I was just sitting there just staring.
Looking at the fine folks in Steak and Shake.
Oh my god, all the guy behind the counter was like, he had so much neck fat. Like the back of his neck had a neck.
Oh,
like it was like overflowing the collar of his shirt.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't get over how fat he was.
Yeah.
And then I went to my hotel and I got locked out of my room.
That's a good birthday.
Yeah, but I did get to watch porn without headphones in the hotel bathroom.
Oh, wait. You got to?
What do you mean?
Because you were in a hotel, so you didn't care.
Yeah,
like,
I have a roommate.
You have a roommate, yeah. Okay, that's pretty good, yeah.
And neighbors.
Yeah.
But my twin. What do you want to?
Oh, well, yeah, because like you love comedy and you have a twin brother. Does your
Uh-huh.
twin brother also love comedy or no?
No, but he appreciates it because of.
Is he funny? Like, is hanging out with him fun? Like, are you excited to?
No,
Oh, I guess
he's funny.
he's a funny
It's
guy.
very
Yeah.
different than me, but he is
Is it?
funny. He's
Yeah.
definitely got Asperger's,
Oh, that's tight.
but no, he's funny.
Yeah.
When he gets high energy, it's crazy. It's a sight to be seen.
And he's an athlete too, right?
He's a much better athlete than I am.
Okay,
Yeah, he ran a 4:13 mile.
that's insane.
Yeah, it's I did not.
You did
I
not?
can't do that.
You can probably run like a 5-minute mile though.
5? I can run low 5,
Yeah,
but
that's still you're still in like the top 0.1% of the
yeah,
world.
it's not even close to. I mean, but he's my twin, and he's also taller than me, and he has tan.
But he has Asperger's.
I mean, probably.
Probably. Oh, not diagnosed.
Me and my sister both think so.
Yeah. Oh, you have a sister too. That's right.
Older sister, yeah.
Older sister.
The twin thing is weird. People, whenever they find out that you're a twin,
Mm-hmm.
the 2 biggest responses I get are 1, why didn't you tell me? Which is such a weird thing to me
Yeah.
that like people expect me to meet them and be like, by the way, I also have a twin brother.
Yeah.
It's like, and then the second one, no kidding, adults ask this,
Yeah.
can you read his mind?
Really?
I swear to God,
Wow.
so many people ask that.
I dated a twin. I've dated a couple twins. Actually.
Same family?
No. No, different family.
Yeah, I said you dirty dog.
But every time I would tell people that my girlfriend was a twin, all the guys would be like, "Nice, dude."
yeah, dude. I
Like-
was thinking the exact same thing. I almost mic bumped you.
Yeah, it's like it's not a porno. This is real life, you know.
Were they identical or fraternal?
Identical, both cases. But yeah, but it's
Which
not,
one was hotter? Like when you were, because you could tell the difference between her and her sister, right?
Yeah.
Like if they tried to trick you, would you have fallen for it?
Dude. So actually, one time we were moving in. I was moving into my apartment, like in grad school, and both of them were helping me move, and like I was really tired from moving. And
That's
and
what you
we
told her
sat-
later.
We like finally got everything in, and we're standing there, and I'm like really tired, and then I go over to my girlfriend, and I'm like rubbing her back, and then I turn to my right, and my girlfriend's over there, and I was rubbing her twin's back, and her twin was just like smiling at me, like, "You fucked up."
Oh man.
Yeah, so I did, but I never like accidentally had sex with the twin.
Did she have a nice small?
Oh, the small was excellent. Yeah, it was huge.
Big?
The small was huge, dude.
Oh, that's funny. What was I gonna say? Oh, so if you've seen one twin's tits, have you seen the other's tits?
I mean, you
It's the
mean like
exact
in
same, right?
theory?
Aren't they genetically identical?
No. Well, so in one case,
How do they have different personality? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But
Why
like
do they,
physically,
why do they get 2 votes? That's what I want to know.
yeah, it's one
It's one
design.
set of genes.
Yeah.
No.
Be funny if they always cancel each other out on the vote, so they don't
Yeah.
get any votes.
In high school, one of them, the one that I wasn't dating, had bigger boobs and a bigger butt.
Wait, what? How does that work? Did she hit puberty earlier?
I wasn't keeping track. I don't know.
You got
I don't
what a
monitor
jip
this.
that identical twin thing was.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
No, but
I'd
and
be
then
so pissed.
the other ones were very similar. So the other ones, they would like have like school.
They're saying the other ones is in the other tits.
No. The other
Yeah, the other
twins
twins.
would have like a school function, and then would like the one that was supposed to be there couldn't go, and so the other one would go in her place.
Oh no shit.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I never got to do any of that cool stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
being a twin really, on paper, I mean, that's not true. It
Were you
is-
guys best friends?
Yeah.
You were best friends. That's tight.
It's you just have an adventure buddy
Yeah, that's
to
tight.
do everything with.
Did you guys ever like fight? Like ever get in physical fights?
Not really. Not really. Because it was always us versus my sister
Oh yeah,
and my older sister too.
yeah,
So it was a very 2v1 us versus them mentality.
yeah.
And also like it was just always you're my wingman, whatever we're doing. So like my my grandparents were really wealthy on my dad's side. So they had like a lot of property, and they had like this, they got well, my parents got this, but it was like this little. This is before everything went to shit. But which everything going to shit started with both of my dad's parents dying, coincidentally. But
yeah, that can
not
cause
a coincidence, but
problems, yeah. Coincidentally,
not a coincidence at all, actually. Probably
I think
directly, yeah.
related, yeah.
But so we had this little toy gator. Do you know
Mhm.
what a gator is? The little green, like
Like
it's
the
like a golf
animal?
cart without.
Oh.
Uh,
I know what an alligator is. No, it's a golf cart.
difference between an alligator and a crocodile.
Oh.
It's like a little like ride-on cart,
Okay.
and Teddy and I would just frickin'
Donuts.
go around town. I mean, we
Oh.
had an entire like huge property
Yeah.
with like farmland to
That's
just
sick.
roam around on it.
You didn't tell me you were a farm boy.
Not really a farm, but like pastures and
Mm.
creeks and stuff. And my grandmother one time, we would do stuff like we'd do like Mission Impossible act outs where like one person would be like running alongside it and the other person would be like, get in, and you'd have to like dive into it, like grab it, like take my hand.
Yeah.
It was like we're literally going like 10 miles an hour, but at that age it literally feels like we're in a
That's
bullet train.
Fast as hell, yeah.
It's probably not 10. It was probably like 8.
Yeah.
But
Still though, for little kid legs, that's
yeah. I mean, he's got the
yeah,
the
no
genetics.
wonder you can run a 4.
What sucked is because like we would always keep ramping it up and up, and it would get to the point where I would not be able to make it onto the gator.
Oh, really? 'Cause you were slower
Like,
than him?
it would be like it's like finding out you're the secondary character in a
Yeah.
James Bond movie. Like
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, what the fuck is it? I'm like Q. I'm the nerd.
Q. I'm not familiar with
He's
James
the
Bond.
smart guy. Whatever.
Oh,
I'm
he's-
not smart either, but
You're pretty smart.
side
man.
character. No, I'm not. What was I gonna say? Oh, so one time my grandmom, she had a bunch of geese, and she just gave me a golf club, and she was like, "Go get them."
Really?
And like literally, it was Teddy was driving, and I just was fucking breaking necks with the fucking
you were just
driver.
killing geese?
Yeah,
How old were you?
like 8.
Were you laughing and stuff?
No, it was a mission.
Oh, really?
It
That's
w-
pretty
It
intense.
was like the Shane Gillis joke, where it's like clear.
Geese are fucking terrible.
They're fucking assholes.
suck,
They're so
dude.
aggressive
yeah,
too.
I hate geese.
They're just dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm about to say something really stupid.
Go for it.
So, this is coming from somebody who's read a book about dinosaurs
Mhm.
and loves dinosaurs. So, dinosaurs were lizards,
Uh-huh.
but birds are dinosaurs.
Okay.
But birds are not lizards.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing.
So that
You're right-
confuses me.
You're right about one thing. That was stupid. But yeah, I mean, I don't understand.
If you look at a bird
Uh-huh.
and like the way it moves,
Yeah.
and like birds literally are dinosaurs. They like
Yeah.
it's
They-
not
they
me
are.
saying they're just like dinosaurs. They are dinosaurs.
Yeah, because
You could reverse engineer a chicken into a velociraptor.
Yeah, it's been done. Have you seen Jurassic Park?
I'm
No, it's.
gonna make it a reality one day.
Birds are more closely related to dinosaurs than lizards are, right? Is that the thing? That's like essentially
it?
what you're talking about. That's what I thought. I've heard that, but that could be totally.
But
fabricated.
dinosaurs are lizards.
I guess. I mean, are
So I
they?
think birds are. Yeah, they are,
But like,
or they were.
well, but like whales aren't fish though. But they sure as hell look like fish. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but this is so confusing too because like
Lizards. lay-
dinos scaly, dinos slimy.
Birds
Well, I mean,
are-
we,
I think
actually
birds are scaly.
they say
under
that
their
dinosaurs
feathers.
had feathers.
Really?
You haven't heard about this?
No.
Yeah,
I'm not
if you
staying
like
to
look
date
up
on the
if you look
dinosaur
up like
news.
you should, dude. It's like they say a lot of the dinosaurs had feathers on them.
That's not very lizardy then, right?
No, it's not. But they still look like lizards with feathers.
Your
They
whole
just look
argument
like
is falling apart, dude.
there's no argument. I'm just trying to fucking figure this shit out. Something cool though. So dinosaurs are I'm pretty sure they are lizards, but they're just big lizards. But this is like I'll read books about things I like and then just not be able to know.
Understand?
Yeah,
yeah.
but I did remember this. Dinosaurs, or at least some dinosaurs, had the like air sac lungs that birds have, which enables you to have. So when we only get oxygen when we inhale, they got oxygen when they inhaled and exhaled. So they had like
Whoa,
hyper
what the
efficient
hell?
lungs. Birds
crazy.
still have that today,
Really?
and dinosaurs had it.
Huh.
Isn't that crazy?
They get oxygen when they exhale.
Yeah, I
That's
don't even
wild.
understand how it works.
Yeah.
There was
doesn't
something
make
about a
sense to me.
sack. I'm serious. I'm serious. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
But dude, you mentioned like you read stuff about dinosaurs and then you still don't get it.
it's sad.
I was thinking about that, like, cause like I've been trying to read more, cause like I feel like people read books and then they get smart.
You'd think.
Yeah, but dude, I've been reading books and I don't feel any different at all. I finish a book and I'm
Yeah.
like, that was hard, but I still feel the same.
You ever read a
So
book and
That's
you're like,
really troubling.
it is. It
Yeah.
absolutely, because it's a lot of time.
Yeah, and sometimes I don't even like it. I just
That's what
do
I'm
it because people say you should do it.
And you get so far in, you're like, I have to finish this at this point.
Yeah.
And then you ever do this? You read a book that's kind of like a little highbrow, and then you'll tell people like, I love that book, and they'll be like, what's it about? And you'll literally just be like,
You just have to read it.
yeah.
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 Because then I just feel like I just completely wasted my time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know that I can retain stuff because when I read a book that I really like, I can remember every single detail to it.
Yeah. That was Blood Meridian for me.
What's Blood Meridian?
It's that book I was telling you about by Cormac McCarthy. It's about like these guys, they're scalp hunters in like the American Southwest.
Oh
in,
yeah,
like, the
yeah, yeah.
1850s or something.
You got to trade
1840s
that
or
with me, dude.
1850s.
I'm about to finish Running the Light, so I'll literally
Nice.
read that next.
Yeah. Anthony Hernandez wanted it. I've been meaning to give it to him, and it's been a
Alright.
while. But dude, that book
I mean, I
is,
have
that book
fun.
is so good. I want to reread it at some point.
I've
but
never reread a
dude,
book.
That book was like, I could not put it down. It's like you read it and you can tell it's like reading a movie. Like he sets scenes really well.
It's like a screenplay.
Yeah, and you feel like you're watching a movie when you read it. It's incredible. It's super violent and like they like the main character, like a lot of the characters just do like awful shit, but it's
Mhm.
like so intense and like
That doesn't detract though.
no, it
That's
doesn't
not like a
detract
bad thing.
necessarily, but it would be very off-putting to a lot of people.
Okay.
But I loved it and I thought it was great. And I think it's it's like partially historically accurate, so there's like
That's
a lot of
cool.
truth to it, which is cool, but very well written and really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, this sounds really gay to say, but like the experience of reading like a really, really good book that you enjoy is second to none.
Dude, it's so that's the first
It's really, really
that's
cool.
I think that's the only book I've ever had that with.
Dude, you should read my book. It'll whisk you away.
Yeah,
probably not.
I'm gonna read it.
I'll put the link in my in the description.
Oh yeah, how much money do you make off each book?
$4.
Okay, all right, I'll hook you up with $4, dude.
It's like a $21 book.
No, I know, but you'll get 4.
Yeah, I haven't filled out my W-2, so I haven't gotten money for it in the past 2 years. But
Oh, you're not paying your taxes?
no, I am. Wait, I need to update it on the Barnes and Noble website,
Oh, it's
but
through
it won't
Barnes
let
and Noble?
me. Yeah.
Wow, that's a big bookstore.
Well, it's self-published.
Still,
BNN
though.
Press. Yeah, there were people when I published it, when I announced it, when I hard launched it on my Instagram.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of people that texted me that were like, "Hey, I'm going to Barnes and Noble today. Should I get your book?" And I was like, "Don't ask for my." They're gonna be like, "What?" Although what is cool is, so I ordered the Sam Talent book from my Madison Street Books,
Mm-hmm.
the place I always go,
Mm-hmm.
and I think he might have self-published it because I've never heard of the publishing company, and then also there were some typos in it. I don't know if you noticed, and like there's some grammar issues as well,
Yeah, I think so.
where
I
he
think
like
I'm right.
just forgot to space out some stuff.
Yeah.
So I think he self-published it because Madison Street Books had to specially order. They're like this. You have to order an individual copy.
Yeah.
So I think theoretically, if you went to a bookstore and you said my book, they could just Google it and order it
Oh.
to their location.
Yeah.
So you could go into a bookstore and buy my book.
Well, I wouldn't buy it there. Well, I would go into
Well,
a
I mean,
book.
you
I'd have
wouldn't.
to go twice to buy it in store, right? That's what you're saying.
You'd have to go once to buy it in store, twice to have it. Twice to actually possess the book.
Okay, but I could pay for it at least. Cool, man.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm reading. I just started another Cormac McCarthy book, and then it's part of the Border trilogy, and it's the second one in the trilogy. So
Uh-huh.
I'll finish those, and then I'll buy your book.
Really?
Yeah, I do intend to read your book. Yes.
Everybody intends to.
Not everybody.
No.
The vast majority of people do not know about your book. You can't argue that.
Everybody knows about it. They just they just don't want to read it.
You're full of resentment.
Everybody knows.
You're full
I
of,
have
like,
had a lot of comics come up to me and be like, "You wrote a book?"
Oh yeah.
And then I'll be like, "Yeah, you should read it." And they're like, "Yeah." It's like, why would you bring it up? No,
Nobody's like, you finally wrote a book.
I know. No one
Yeah.
was like, I was waiting to hear what you thought.
Yeah.
I was waiting to read. Dude, one of my exes bought my book and then tried to read it and texted me that night and was like, honestly, it's just like I just spent the whole day with you and now it's just more you and I just can't really do this.
While you're dating.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I know for a fact she never got past like chapter 1 of my book.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah. So,
Well,
I mean, I don't care. I sold
I'll
the copy.
read it, but I probably won't be hanging out with you a lot then.
That's fair. It'll ruin your image of me.
You think so?
There's a lot of N-words.
So the image will be basically the same.
I do think it's funny to write the N-word, and I didn't actually write the N-word in my book, but I do think it's funny to write the N-word in your book because you're forcing the other person to say it. You know what I mean?
It's like that Louis C.K. bit.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
exactly that. You're still
yeah.
saying it in your head.
Yeah, and that Cormac McCarthy book, the Blood Meridian, the N-words in that book, and I was
So
like,
that's why it floats.
I was like, God damn it, dude! What are you doing? To
Do you
me?
censor it in your head? I
Making
bet
it-
there are people that do that.
This book's making a racist out of me. Yeah, I bet people. You can't censor it though. Once you see it, you're saying it. That's the thing about reading.
Well,
You can't.
no,
You can't see a word and be like, I'm not thinking that.
I used to really dive into this deep when I was like 10 years old. I'd look at a stop sign and I would be like, I'm not going to say the word stop in my head, but I can still understand that it says stop. Or is that because I've seen this before and I know what it means? Stop looking away.
You can't look you in the eye when you say such stuff.
But so I was thinking,
Okay.
oh god damn it. Let's move on.
No, what were you thinking? What were you thinking? Was it more about reading? Give me
Bro,
some more-
you've
give
also
me some
talked
more
about
of your-
reading.
Your brilliant ideas on reading and not reading.
No, it's reading without reading.
Reading without reading.
Well, so when my friend told me this because there are some people that can like pick up a Harry Potter book and read it in like 3 hours and fully understand it.
Oh yeah.
And it's because when most people read, they have an internal dialogue in their head, so they're listening to themselves read it in their head,
Oh.
which is what I was trying to say with the stop sign thing.
Oh, do you have an internal dialogue?
Correct. And I can't not
Oh.
have it. But
But you just said you could with the stop sign.
I've worked on but it's one word. It's like and it's a red sign. Like I know what it. So that's when I can't. It's too small of a sample size to know whether I'm actually doing it or whether I just know that it says stop.
Yeah. You should try to do that with a whole book.
I've tried. Well, not
You've
a whole
tried
book.
to not read
I've tried-
a book?
No, I've tried to read. There's a name for it, but I've tried to read books where I'm not listening to my internal dialogue, but I'm still processing the words.
Yeah.
And you can read a lot faster, but I don't understand it as well.
Okay, yeah. I think I do not have an internal dialogue.
That's a huge advantage.
Is it
to
an
me.
advantage? Because it makes me feel stupid. Feels like a major.
Wait, how do you not have
disadvantage.
an internal? Wait, at all or just while you're reading?
In general,
Are you fucking kidding me?
this has come up in like.
Wait, are you serious?
I mean, a lot of times I have no thoughts. Nothing's going on. It's scary.
You're
I'm
kidding
not
right
even
now.
joking. I really think that I don't have an internal.
So if
some
you're-
people don't have an internal dialogue.
How's that possible?
I don't know.
Wait, what? How do you think?
Uh,
How do you formulate a thought?
I just feel it, I guess. Are those gunshots?
Yeah, I think I heard a dog barking after it.
It kind of sounded like gunshots.
I think those
right?
actually were gunshots.
Yeah, that's tight. It's probably bad. It's not tight. It's probably those gays at the Pride Parade, dude.
Going crazy, yeah.
Yeah. No, just you can edit that out, right? What I just said.
I'll edit out just the gunshots.
There's no way the
They're
mics
just-
picked up the gunshot.
No, these things are good. They could pick up Matt Calhoun mumbling, so.
Yeah. They can pick up a gunshot fucking in China then.
Dude, while I was recording a pod, or while I was at Max's house, Max Storage, um, we were out on his like back deck and we heard gunshots,
Really?
like close.
Is he at his parents' place?
Yeah,
Where's the house?
it's next to Lane Tech. Do you know where that is?
No. Is it in the
Fucking-
suburbs somewhere?
No, no, it's in the city. It's
Oh.
like Lincoln Park area.
Oh, okay.
I could have just made that up.
Damn. That's a good neighborhood to be in.
Super crazy, like walking into his house and just being like, "This is an actual house."
Yeah. It's weird when I go back home to my parents' house because they have a big house and it's like this is so much.
They have a
fucking
big
space.
house.
They do, yeah, way bigger than they need. My mom wants to move. We don't have to talk about this, but yeah, it's it's a big house and it's weird to go in because it's so much space. It's so insane how
Yeah.
much space they have.
You know what I've always wanted to do
What's that?
is have. Well, first of all, I'm gonna custom build my house
Wow.
when I do, and I like take. I take pictures of architecture that inspires me.
Okay. It's funny because I feel like that's actually a cool thing, but it sounds.
It
so
sounds
lame.
so gay.
But
Yeah.
it's cool.
I
if
do
you're
do
into
it
that,
though, yeah. So anytime I see, well, the way I said it was purposely a little zesty, but uh, whenever I walk by like something, some kind of like feature that I think would be cool to include in my beautiful dream house, I'll just snap a pic of it,
Yeah.
just so later I can incorporate it.
Yeah.
But one of the things I really want is a bookshelf where you tilt a book and it's a door.
That dude, a secret room or like a hidden door would be really sick.
Yeah.
That's true.
What would you have in your secret room?
Probably fucking.
Probably lots of slaves.
Yeah, probably just people. Just fucking people I don't like. No. What would I have in my secret room? I don't know. I don't even think I would want anything.
I just
Yeah,
want the room.
It's cool. It's cool in theory, but really, I don't even like stuff. I don't even like stuff.
I mean, I get stressed by having secrets.
I actually think I would just have the room to like be away from people.
Yeah, just sitting there
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah, so my maid would stop bothering me.
Mr. Gregory? What are you, Mr. Gregory?
That accent was good because I couldn't. It wasn't discernible, so it wasn't racist.
Exactly. Jeff Asmus has that great bit. He's like, you can do any accent you want. It just has to be like really wrong.
Yeah.
And he's like, me so Muslim. It's so good. He's totally right.
That is true.
I've always
Yeah, if it's really bad, then it's
Yeah.
like
people are so like racist without realizing they're racist.
Yeah.
So like whenever I do an Australian accent, it's all fun and games. But then I do a Japanese accent. Now I'm being racist.
Yeah.
I'm just doing an accent.
Yeah.
We're all one human race. Why is one bad and one's not?
Yeah, it's 'cause they
You
look
know?
different. Which
And like
is-
sure what I'm saying with one of them is a lot more aggressive and panic stricken, but
Sure, one of them I'm exclusively talking about Godzilla.
Are you talking about Godzilla?
Godzilla.
Godzilla. Bigger is the bird.
Just take note that I only did the Australian accent.
They're both
Do you-
just voices, so
Do you need another beer? How are you doing?
I would
with
love
beer?
another beer.
All right, I'm gonna grab beers. I'll be right back.
Sweet.
Pause.
Let me do an ad read. I haven't done an ad read yet. Post set clarity. That's the name of this podcast, by the way. Really quickly, I want to thank all of you guys, the viewers at home, for making this such an overwhelming success. See, I just got excited in the middle of that sentence, and I said overwhelming.
Aren't you sponsored by Diva Cup?
Yes, Diva Cup, which you should explain what that is, and then
A Diva
I'll give
Cup
them the
is,
promo
it's
code.
like a little. I think it's like probably not rubber, but something like rubber.
like a thimble.
It's bigger. I imagine it's bigger than a thimble, but it's like a cup, and then I think you push it. It like inverts, and so you push
So
it
it's a
up
plug.
into the vagina for periods. It's better for periods because with tampons, women can get toxic shock syndrome.
Wait, but then you're just holding all the blood in.
Well, yeah, you take it out, you empty it. You
When you
Take it
empty it
out.
out, is it just like The Shining? Just like it all comes out at once?
no, you don't do it in an elevator.
Dude, what is wrong with my chest?
It's probably a lack of sleep.
Ow, fuck.
I hope
Um,
whatever's wrong with you makes you significantly less athletic.
That's so fucked, dude.
Sorry, I'm just
That's so
Envious.
mean.
I'm envious.
I'm so insecure about my athleticism, and
Try being not athletic. See how you feel.
I
Dude,
feel like I'm
so
not.
secure in my inability to do anything physical. Nothing makes me feel more confident than being
But
physically inept.
you're so tall that it doesn't matter.
That's true. The height does
Like
help.
it literally does not matter.
It doesn't matter until I have to dance or play basketball or like.
Let's not act like dancing is something all men, like athletic guys,
true.
can just immediately pick up.
That's
Although I
true.
could.
Yeah,
Seriously.
better, more easily than me. I bet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'd blow you out of the water.
I'm sure you would.
I genuinely like this.
And
is
also, it takes very little to blow me out of the water.
Just like.
Yeah,
All right.
that was amazing.
I
what you
regretted
just did.
even doing it. It
Yeah.
was bad. But
It looked really cool.
I seriously, and I would never do this, but
yeah.
I seriously 100% believe that if I dedicated myself to becoming a great dancer, I could, like, I really could do it.
I would love to see you do,
But I will never
do a
do it.
set like at Zany's and come on stage like dancing. Yeah, dude, your first
Like
like 2
moonwalking
minutes
on,
like Cat
yeah.
Williams.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
just
totally.
come out and do. That would be so funny.
So for Ancestry, they had this update where there were like 40 different traits based on your genetics, and it told you things about yourself, which was
Mhm.
pretty cool.
Mhm.
And like a lot of them were very, very specific about stuff that I didn't expect.
Yeah.
So like one of them was like there was some that were like you're competitive, you like sports, you're more likely to like sports,
Oh.
that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
One was that was crazy, was like you don't drink any caffeine, and I don't.
I'm a caffeine drinker. Mine said that I'm a caffeine drinker, and I
Isn't
am.
that wild?
It's so crazy.
I thought I had free will. That was the
No.
upsetting thing about that. I was like, I've been resisting caffeine, and it turns out my genetics have been doing it for me.
Yeah.
But the most eye-opening thing on it was it said you most likely do not enjoy dancing.
Really?
Isn't that funny?
Whoa.
It said I was
that's
white on like a
crazy.
scientific level.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they just
But
saw
it's-
that you were white.
But
and that's
by
okay.
them saying are they saying that I am not good at dancing, or that I don't like being judged, like for looking silly?
Yeah.
Because my problem with I can dance, I can also sing.
You're multi-talented. Dude, you're like a vaudeville star.
I'm actually, the thing about me is I'm great at everything. I just don't show anybody.
You do it alone? Do you dance alone when you're alone?
I dance in obscurity.
Do you dance when you're alone?
In my kitchen, yeah, totally.
You do?
Uh-huh.
See, I can't even do that. It's too bad.
For me, dancing by myself is so much fun. It's like the greatest thing in the world.
Oh,
And
I
then
hate it.
if there's another person, I can do it with a girl,
Oh.
one-on-one, like if we're
Yeah.
in the kitchen or something.
Yeah.
And then I'll like do whatever. It'll literally be like, I'll like lower her friggin' salsa. I can't do the salsa, but whatever. It's like something up here. Or if you're Trump, it's down here.
Political.
A lot of guys grab her by the but yeah, so you can't do it at all.
I cannot dance. If I get really drunk, I'll dance. But I'm still self-conscious, and but if I'm alone, even being alone, I feel so uncomfortable moving in a rhythmic way.
Yeah.
Because I know that it's bad, and it's like I can't enjoy it if I'm.
Do you think it's something that you could get past, or do you think it's just never gonna happen? Like you're never gonna really get into a flow state with dancing.
It's something I would love to overcome, and I think I could, but the barrier.
Overcome is hilarious.
The barrier is so high. The barrier is so high, and it's like not something I care about. So it's like
True.
pretty hard for. I don't see it happening, but I would love it if I could find it in myself to do that.
Yeah.
But I think genetically it's impossible.
Like your ceiling's not that high anyway.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be. I'm also like I feel like it's for taller guys. It's like you're not gonna look as good even if you are a decent dancer.
I think if you're tall, because like you got long legs, man.
I
And
do
you
have long
you kind of
legs.
got that like daddy long leg thing going on.
Yeah, if I was a woman, I'd be a great dancer. I don't know why I said that. That's probably not true. But nobody in my family ever dances.
I imagine you as a woman still with a mustache and glasses, just like the exact same but with long hair.
Pretty sexy,
Yeah.
right?
Just an amazing dancer.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say about your family?
Just none of us were, none of us ever danced. It wasn't a thing in my family. I didn't like grow up with it.
I mean, I don't think families are just dancing. That's right, black. I forgot about soul.
Yeah.
That's my bad.
No, I don't know. I don't know what they do.
Yeah, it was never like a part of our culture growing
Yeah.
up, dancing.
Hmm.
That being said, I feel like my hips are very honest.
Mine are too, but people don't like what they say.
Damn.
But it is honest.
That's what matters.
Mm.
Yeah. But then if it's a social setting and I have to dance, I turn into a complete limp dick
Oh,
and
dude.
I can't move at all.
That's so
Dude,
bad.
how's prom for you? What was your prom
I
experience?
didn't go.
You fucking did it right.
Yeah.
You did it right,
Yeah.
my friend. What'd you
was-
do then?
Probably got high.
God,
Yeah.
sounds so fun.
Yeah. But all my friends were at prom, so I
Was it a little sad?
not even really, no. I mean I'm an introvert. I like to be alone. And so
I am Batman.
it was not I never said I was Batman. But I am though. But yeah,
Sorry about
no,
your parents.
I don't really remember like what I did for sure. I don't think it was a big deal. Yeah, I don't regret not going. But how was prom for you?
It sucked. It was incredibly underwhelming. I thought
It was
that
gonna
it
be
was
the
like
best night
this.
of your life.
No, I had no like disillusioned with that.
Did
'Cause
you
I
think
would-
you were gonna get laid?
No,
Okay.
'cause me and my girlfriend had agreed to wait till we went to Ireland. I lost my virginity in Ireland.
That's actually really cool.
I know.
That's really
It's
cool.
fucking sick.
Yeah.
I also
It's
had
lame that you waited, but it's cool.
I know.
It's cool that you lost your
Right?
virginity there.
Yeah, it is pretty gay. But yeah, I also had my first pregnancy scare in Ireland,
Wow.
and I was like, does this mean my son is Irish?
It would have, yeah.
Right? The people
I
have
think
told me
so.
that's not what that means, but he's born in Ireland. I'm
Well,
also
I guess I
assuming
don't know
it's
how
a he.
other countries do it. I know in the States, if you're born here, then you're American. But I don't think other countries
That's
are
true.
necessarily like that.
Yeah. But what was I going to say?
Tell us in the comments.
Thank you. Sound off. Sound off in the comments. At the end of every video I've said comment and I'll give you a shout out and nobody's commented.
Shit. They're gonna tell us about Ireland though. I
So
feel like.
yeah, we'll get them riled
We
up
should have
about
just
it.
said the wrong thing, and then they would correct us in the comments.
Somebody said that. Oh, you told me that.
Yeah.
The
did
best
it?
way to get somebody to tell you the answer is just say the wrong answer and
Yeah.
they'll correct you.
Yeah. People
Yeah.
love correcting people.
What was I gonna say? Oh,
Mm.
but actual prom sucked huge cock and balls.
Yeah.
I went and it was just like completely overwhelming. I mean, I hate bars. I hate like parties so much. I went to a handful of parties my entire college career,
Yeah.
and it was always just dragging me there. And it was super loud, and you couldn't have a conversation with anybody.
Dude, I
and
hate
I
that
just
so
was like, "What are
much.
we doing here?" And then it's just a mosh pit,
Yeah.
and everybody's just jumping up and down. And I literally like I would try to jump up and down, and I would like for 10 seconds be doing it, and then I'd be like, I can't. I just can't keep doing it. And then I
Yeah.
saw people who I thought were my great friends like fully dancing
Yeah.
and like getting jiggy with it, and I just remember thinking like I didn't know you at all. It like actually felt like a legitimate betrayal. And dude, I could have been that guy,
Mhm.
but I distinctly remember when it was the only bar mitzvah I ever went to, Johnny Smottridge, and I was hopped up on M&Ms. They had M&Ms everywhere. It was like a sea themed because he's a marine biologist now.
There are lots of M&Ms in the sea.
Nature's perfect snack.
Yeah.
That's why they're in trail mix.
Yeah, they're organic.
Yeah. That'd be so sick.
Sorry, go on. You
Peanut
were-
M&Ms are
so you were at
so
this bar-
good. But so I was at
Oh.
this bar mitzvah. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like my current vice aside
Yeah.
from anyway, so I was at this bar mitzvah and I was hopped up on M&Ms and there was the DJ there was kind of like a pit bull guy,
Yeah.
like bald guy going crazy.
Yeah.
All the kids had like glow sticks and shit. And I looked like Gollum at this point. And I remember I worked up the courage. So you know how like the roadies bring all the audio equipment in the black boxes? So there were a couple boxes next to like flanking the stage.
Yeah.
And it was like the stage was the tallest and he's like behind the booth like with it was like, let's hear it for Johnny. He's a Jew. I'm like, he's a Jew. So we're all going crazy. And then there were like some kids like next to him on like it was like a staircase from each side.
Yeah.
And I remember I like got up on one of the boxes and I was kind of like freaking I was just like I was living it. I was in front of everybody and I was like giving it. And I remember so clearly this DJ looks at me and he goes, That's all you got?
Oh shit! I thought you were gonna get in trouble for being up there, but you just thought you weren't going hard enough.
Dude, it was like middle of like like everybody's going crazy, and he just turns from like, hey, give it up for John, and then he's just like, that's all you've got?
Holy
And
shit!
it stung so much that I just stepped down from the box and just went and sat down at the table.
Damn.
And I've never danced in public.
Oh my god, that's such a good story.
That was the last time I ever danced willingly in public, and the last time I ever wore a sweater vest.
Yeah. You wore a sweater vest.
I was these
Was
dope.
it Argyle?
No, it should have been though.
I don't know about that. At the time, maybe, yeah.
What do you think about fashion?
Dude, every time I see like the Met Gala stuff, I am just.
I
like,
believe it's gala.
Oh yeah, it is gala. I got made fun of for saying gala the other day.
You should keep saying it though, because it's funny to say gala.
It sounds homophobic to say
It does.
gala. But
Well, I was gonna say the other thing. Other way around.
I'm like, I don't get it at all. Everybody looks stupid. You all look stupid to me.
Yeah.
And it's weird that it's like a charity thing, because that's what it's about. Like they're all there because they're giving to charity.
I did not know that.
That's what maybe I'm wrong, but I thought they were all giving to charity. But then they're all like, everybody take pictures of me. Look at how amazing I look.
Look how beautiful I am.
Yeah. So it seems very self-centered.
Look how beautiful I am in these pants that aren't really pants.
Yeah. Look at how beautiful I am in these pants that are 20 feet wide.
Yeah.
It's always weird.
It's
shit
just
like that.
purposefully different. Tosh did an interview. I'll send this to you because it's so fascinating, with a kid who like got onto Fashion Week as a designer,
Mhm.
and he was just a normal guy.
Weird.
And he was like talking about how like if you just purposefully do stuff different, they'll just be like, "This is revolutionary. You're so brave."
Yeah.
Like it's just all bullshit.
Yeah.
It's just all bullshit.
That's the way it seems to me. I'm glad that that's the case, because that's how it always seemed to me. It was like, this all seems arbitrary. I don't know what's good about
Fashion is such horseshit. It
Yeah.
pisses me off so much when people try to shit on how I dress,
this. Yeah.
when they're dressed like they're purposefully curated.
Yeah.
Because what I normally get, the gripe, the thing against me, fashion wise, is it's just like, oh, this is what you're wearing.
yeah.
It's kind of just like a kind of you threw this together deal,
Yeah.
and it's like the person saying it is very purposefully like everything they did had a reason
Yeah.
and an action behind it, and to me that's way more lame.
Yeah, it's like, don't you have enough behind the clothes, or like
Inside the clothes?
inside of you to like
Yeah,
because like
it's like your
'cause
shell has
I
to
mean,
have.
I don't, but like, like
I'm hollow.
yeah, I'm hollow, but I don't try to pretend to like I am, like I have something going.
Yeah, it's peacocking.
It is, yeah. And I can see the other side to some extent, like you want to like present yourself in a nice
Yeah.
way and stuff. But I also, it's just like, for me personally, I don't care that much how somebody dresses.
I don't give a shit.
I like somebody more if I look at them and I'm like, wow, you really just like threw that together. I like somebody way more because I'm like, you're not thinking about yourself. so
Simple.
much.
I like simple.
I like simple. I think in almost everything, simple is better.
100%.
In appearance, in like jokes, in like in movies or books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For jokes, the really simple ones are like harder. In a way, they're more complex.
Yeah, because that's true. It's more complex to get there.
Yeah.
To get to the simple jokes, yeah.
Dude, I was listening to the Anthony Jeselnik bit about how he likes to drop babies,
Mm-hmm.
and the word economy is just unfucking believable.
Yeah.
So that's like on paper, if you transcribed it, very simple.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're getting, I mean, he got to a point in that bit where he just said like 5 lines in a row that were all punchlines, and they all got huge pops.
Yeah.
And I was like, you just got 5 laughs, no setups in between.
Yeah, it's insane.
That's
It's
incredible.
amazing. Yeah, it's so good.
And the ability to like get to that point requires some complexity,
oh yeah.
which is
Well,
cool.
yeah, that's the part that's not shown. Like the complexity's not shown,
Yeah.
you know.
That there's something weird about how like the exoskeleton of something is way more fascinating to me. Like have you ever watched like a car being built time lapse?
No, but I know Matt Calhoun has a lot.
Yeah, he definitely fucking has. Or like the inside of a watch. Like
No.
seeing, or okay, I'm gonna get to something that you're seeing. You know steam locomotives?
Obviously not, dude.
Dude, are you fucking kidding me? The
if I
Polar
don't know
Express.
cars or
You don't know what a
watches-
steam locomotive is?
Well, I know what it is.
Come on,
but I
dude.
haven't seen one being built. Yes, I know.
No,
what
no.
steam
Okay, no.
locomotive
I'm
is,
just
yeah.
talking about one in general.
Okay, yeah.
So you know how like you can literally see like all the wheels and like the pinions and like the levers turning the wheels
Yeah.
and the steam's blowing everywhere.
Yeah.
You can like see the machinery really like you can see everything
Yeah.
happening in front of you.
Yeah.
You can see it pushing out and then rotating the wheel and then this rotates that, that rotates it, and then it slowly starts to move and all the parts move.
Mm-hmm.
I think that that's so much cooler than just like seeing a high-speed bullet train
Yeah.
where it's just like
Yeah.
and then the like seeing under the hood is so cool to me.
Oh yeah.
I love the mechanics of something.
Right.
And then like Seinfeld and Normand, it's almost so polished that I want it to be rough.
Right.
I want it to feel like you haven't done this a million times.
It's too hidden. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see that. Yeah.
I guess that's also with the I just think that comedy, God, I sound like such a douchebag, but I think Sam agrees with this, which is why he hates on wordplay so much, but comedy feel like is trending a lot toward conversational style.
Yeah, it has been for a while, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The like joke guys are or ladies or non-binary people are
Good God.
fewer and farther between. for
Correct.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And the best guys have both.
And I'm curious to see if it's going to make a comeback at some point. Yeah, the best guys do have both. The best guys I think can interweave.
Well, you and I both know a lot of joke guys
Uh-huh.
who we love to watch.
Yeah.
But then I always think, can I watch an hour of that?
It's hard to do.
I know. And
It's hard to do.
yeah, it's tough because like
You need a change. One thing I like is like a change in the pacing, and you don't get that as much with joke guys because they're so rapid fire, and like because it gets exhausting. It's like when you read something like good writing. Every sentence isn't the same length. You got long sentences.
that's like a very big part of good
and
writing
right,
actually is
yeah.
varying your structure.
varying your sentence structure
Totally.
and your length and everything.
Absolutely.
And so like it's the same thing with jokes where like if all the jokes are designed to be 10 seconds, it's like that's really impressive, but it kind of wears you down. It's kind of
That's kind of my thing with the tell.
and there's kind of like less surprise. A joke for me, like surprise is so important.
It's
in
everything.
Jokes, yeah, because like if
It's
you
literally
see it
everything,
coming,
dude.
even just the timing of it, like if it takes away from it a little bit. But I mean, I still think Attell is like maybe the greatest. He's like one of the top 5, I think, right now alive.
I still agree with that
Yeah,
because like as a comedian you have to.
but in terms of enjoyment, watching.
Oh, okay.
Or
Yeah,
no,
he's
or
like
no,
not
no,
even
no,
in my
no.
top 20.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, in terms of like comedians, he's like top 5. But in terms of like guys, I enjoy watching, and could watch an hour of. I mean,
Where is he?
Attell's in like top 20, like you said.
Okay, so he's not that high.
Right, he's not as high. Yeah, and that, like, I mean, his recent special I think was only 40 minutes,
Correct.
and I think he,
Packed full of jokes.
yeah, and
Which
I-
is
but I
good,
think he
and I
think he
respect more than
understands,
anything,
Like,
yeah.
But I saw him at the Den. I don't know how much time he did at the Den, but it was nonstop laughs throughout, and I had
So crazy.
I laughed like the hardest I can remember. Really,
But
watching him.
then, like you and I both, Norm's your goat, right?
yeah,
He's
yeah,
my goat.
Yeah,
So I also listened to the 13-minute joke about murder. A lady
The
has
news.
vanished.
the
Yeah.
news, yeah.
And it through sheer tyranny of will, she could
Yeah.
just light up a room.
Yeah.
But so I re-listened to that, and there are so many things that Norm does that are just setups to a joke.
Uh-huh.
That's like, it's not a joke,
Yeah.
but it's still hilarious, and I love him for it.
Yeah.
And we'll shit on. We already did it. Like we'll shit on comics for saying stuff where it's like, "Where's your punchline?"
Yeah.
But Norm will do it where like you should laugh here, and
Yeah.
everybody else is laughing too.
Yeah.
So there's like some hidden thing
Mm-hmm.
within what he's saying that we all recognize to be funny,
Yeah.
and he
it's-
knows it.
It's his. I think it's his cadence, and then his use of language is just like
It's phenomenal.
unparalleled. Yeah. It's incredible the words he uses and stuff. Yeah. I mean, yeah. His setups will be so long, but there will be there will be like 6 or 7 laughs in his setup because of the language he decides to use. The
Exactly.
pauses he puts in. or he'll stumble over words and it makes it funny. Like it's
And
crazy.
while he's getting those laughs, he's one of the only guys that's not that I can think of right now that will be able to do a setup that A builds tension and B gets laughs at the same time.
Yes.
Jesselnick is probably the best at building tension,
Yeah.
but he doesn't normally get laughs in his setup. He'll
Right.
do one or two
Mhm.
where he'll quickly go one way and then go return back to it.
Yeah.
He has for the dead dropping the babies one, he's talking, he's a lot of people think that comedians should just stick to comedy and they shouldn't talk about anything political. And he's basically just hinting, and it's getting he's building tension. And then he is such a good part in that setup where he says because of all the fucked up shit that's going on in our world right now, and you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. And then that gets a laugh, and then he goes back into it. And I was like, that is so good, because not only are you getting a laugh in your setup while you're building tension, but by leaving that open ended, anybody could agree with that statement.
Right.
You know exactly what the fuck I'm talking. It was during the Trump thing, so
Nobody
someone
thinks
that's pro-Trump or anti-Trump, they're both gonna agree with him.
Yeah. Nobody thinks the world is okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ah, that's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where I was going with that, but
We were talking about adding laughs to the setups.
oh yeah, and
Yeah.
varying. So my ideal set is a set that has 3 different types of jokes.
Yeah.
And then they're told in a way that's one-liner, and then a deep dive that's longer, and then a Jesselnick joke where it's
strong misdirect.
Yeah, strong
Yeah,
misdirect.
yeah.
Those are the 3 main ones that I write right now.
Nice.
And I try to, when I organize a set list, just do this kind, a dad joke, a Jesselnick joke, and then a deep dive joke, and then a Jesselnick joke, and then I try to do a different one every single time. Because my 2 best bits, I would say, are both 4 minutes long, but they don't work really well back to back.
Yeah.
Because it's you just sat through 4 minutes of me doing a dissertation on one thing.
Right.
So now if we go right back into another thing, it's almost like you're giving them a break.
Right.
If you just give them a quick, easy laugh. Also, quick, easy laughs, I don't want to say easy, nothing's easy, but dad jokes are so economical.
Yeah, they are.
I love starting with a dad joke.
Yeah.
It's the best way to start a set, in my opinion, because you just immediately are whether or not you like this, you have to at least acknowledge that it is a joke and it's logical.
Right.
And so you can see I'm trying.
Yeah.
You can see that some thought went into this. I'm not just going up there and being what's up with you guys?
Telling some
my life sucks.
Boring story.
Yeah, exactly. I went to the
something
bank.
that happened to you that nobody understands.
Yeah, the Laugh Factory love this.
Dude. We don't gotta get into that. But yeah, one other thing that Norm did that you hear in a lot of his bootleg sets is he'll get into a setup and he'll get distracted and start talking about something else.
Yeah.
And then 5-10 minutes later, he'll come back to the thing he started talking about, and just coming back to the original joke gets a laugh because we were like, "Oh yeah, holy shit, he was talking about something else."
Yeah, it's
and it's so great. It's such a fun way to get a laugh.
It's impressive.
Yeah, it's very impressive. And it doesn't seem calculated at all. It seems so he's just rambling.
Yeah, it's sort of a callback.
It is
in a way,
yeah,
and then you extend on it.
Right.
I listened to Nick Mullen recently because the lady I'm talking to likes Nick Mullen.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, come on.
That's a huge green
How many
flag.
girls
That's
do you
a
go on a
huge
date with
green
that are
flag.
attractive and like Nick Mullen?
Yeah,
That's unbelievable. But
yeah,
so I was re-listening to him. I've listened to Year of the Dragon probably 6 times now.
it's so good.
And he is so good at exactly that. He'll be on a through line, and he'll say, "Oh, by the way," and then he'll go on to another thing, and he'll do an entire bit on that, and then he'll just seamlessly go right back onto the thing he was on originally.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes it the one thing because I sent her the special because she had never heard it. She just listened to Come Town, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Green flag, but she listened to it and she said the first thing she said was it's so insane that he was able to string all those together.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're fucking right.
Yeah.
It is because
It is.
the way he presents that special, everything leads into the next thing.
Yeah.
And it really seems like just one conversation where he just is like, oh, and also this and this and this. It's kind of like the South Park thing where it's not this happened, then this happened, is this happened, therefore this happened.
Right.
Like it's
right.
all causation.
That's a great thing in storytelling. The best stories happen that way for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Nothing just stands alone. That's like if you watch bad movies, like we were watching bad movies at Matt Calhoun's place that one night. They'll have scenes where something happens in the movie, and then it has nothing. It's not important. It's not. It doesn't affect anything else in the movie. It could have happened. It could have not happened. The overall movie
I
is
love
the
those
same.
scenes.
Yeah, it's funny. Bad movies are great.
My friends and I in high school would watch really bad movies.
Yeah.
Do the exact same because it's just so fun. And every time there was one of those scenes, I would always say, "This was necessary for the advancement of the plot."
yeah.
Yeah, it's funny how bad. What the fuck was I gonna say? What were we talking about just before that?
You were talking about Nick Mullen, and she watched the special. She liked it.
Something about storytelling.
Oh.
Fuck, I'm not gonna be able to get back to it.
Well, you were talking about South Park and then how it's like because this happened, this other thing happened.
Oh, so, the thing about doing that in stand up is it's all artificial.
Yeah.
'Cause Nick Mullen didn't sit down and like actually have those all linked together originally,
Yeah, he's got.
He, like,
figure out
stitched
how to
them
do it.
together.
Yeah.
and like that's what Gary Goldman does. With
Right.
which I also just listened to the re-listened to the Trader Joe's bit. That's like
Oh,
25
dude.
minutes long.
That's insane.
And he's like, this bit was from 1987, and this bit was from 2004, and then I just put them back to back because I realized they had the same thing.
Yeah.
But when you're listening to it for the first time, you're just like, no, he had this thought, and then he had this thought off of that thought. But in
Yeah.
reality, there were two independent thoughts that he just clicked together,
Yeah.
and I
That's amazing.
love that shit.
It's so good.
My goal in stand up is to just be able to do a joke or a bit and then keep talking, and the audience doesn't realize that I'm still on the same bit, and that it's just literally the exact norm thing.
Right.
And then I say something where they're like, "Oh, he still is."
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's yeah. I don't know. It takes a lot of time, a lot of work.
You know what we should do?
What's that?
We should just get really good at stand up.
Oh, dude, I never thought of that. I was just planning on being really bad at it. I've been a huge success so far.
I was gonna say I'm killing
killing being bad.
killing
at
at
stand-up.
being bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
It's so easy to be bad at.
People are so afraid to be bad at stand up. Not me.
I embrace it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they say failure is necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Louis, you always hear about like Louis bombing all the time.
Oh yeah.
But whenever I bomb, I don't feel like Louis.
yeah.
I'm not like, this is part of the Louis
Yeah.
process.
Yeah. I'm
Just
just
like, nah, it
figuring it out.
sucked.
I'm just figuring it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I never have any idea what's going on.
Dude, I can't remember the last time I had a good set. I
Like,
actually can't. It sucks. Which, I mean, it's fine.
when was the last show you did? I feel like the last show you did was a good set.
It might be the Ian Zede show.
You said that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like a month and a half ago.
That's pretty good.
I mean, it wasn't that good of a set.
Dude, I had like 4 months starting in January, I think, where I had like I didn't have like a sliver of a joke that I was interested in or liked at all. I was writing like almost every day.
Uh-huh.
Like 4 months of like nothing. And at Mike's I would try some shit and none of it worked. I was trying to do stuff about sex work, like legalizing sex work for so long.
You did it worked at Femi's.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But
I've
like,
had the exact
but then you
same
do it
thing
somewhere
happen.
else. Then you do it any other place, and it's like nope. So, but Femi's mic is great though. That's a good crowd.
I've
there.
literally probably done 5 bits at Femi's for the first time, and they've done well. And then I do them at other mics, and they never work.
It's so weird. 'Cause
And I'm like,
it's real audience.
There are other people here that are laughing at this,
Yeah.
and then I'll go to Uptown Tap and just eat a dick. And
Uptown
it's
Tap can be tough. That can be a tough.
dude, there's a group of friends that goes there that's not comics,
Yeah.
and they're always there super late, and they sit in the very front. And
Hate everything.
they've only seen me bomb, like
Oh, really?
horrifically.
That's
They
tight.
to the point where I just want to. Next time I see them, I might just be like, "What's up, guys? You're
Yeah.
you're just
Yeah.
back to watch me just."
Good to see you again, and then you bomb again.
Oh my god!
Are you going out tomorrow night?
I'm gonna just
Oh,
go to Femi's
Okay.
because
yeah,
it's early.
Yeah, and you've got a flight Tuesday morning, right?
Yeah, like I have to wake up at like 5 a.m. probably earlier,
Mm-hmm.
which is I'm excited to go home though. Actually, no, I'm not. I was talking to my
Wait, does your
coworker.
sister still live around there? Like when? How often do you talk to your sister? I feel like you never talk about your sister. Do you talk to her much?
We call sometimes, not
Okay.
really.
Does she have a family or anything?
I mean, me.
Like, did she have kids? She doesn't have kids.
No, she's 2 years older than me.
Oh,
She
okay.
has a
So she's still
boyfriend.
really
She's
young.
she's gonna
Yeah.
move to New York soon.
Oh wow.
Things are good. We have a good relationship.
Just
Like
don't
we
talk
get
so
along
much.
very well.
That's good.
My family's. I mean, I feel like I don't call my family enough.
I've felt the same. I'm like super busy all the time. I've got work during the day
Yeah.
and then stand up at night. And
Exactly.
It's
So when I'm
like
totally.
I finally talked to my mom the other day for the first time in like over a month. And I feel like I talk to some people and they're like, dude, I talk to my mom like every other day.
And then I feel like such an asshole.
Yeah, me too.
But also when I'm in person with my family, it's very easy.
Oh, dude, I have so much fun with my family in
Same.
person.
So it's like who
My-
really has the better relationship?
I like laugh harder like with my family.
Same, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's
yeah.
just me, my brother, my sister, and my mom, and we're all hanging out, it's a great time.
It's so, dude. Everybody makes fun of my dad.
Yeah.
It's really a good time, except for my dad.
Dude, we have the same dynamic. Everybody makes fun of my dad. That dead son of a bitch.
Yeah, no, my brothers are like hilarious, dude. I hope they come to Chicago sometime so you can meet them. You would like my brothers, I
I
think.
hope they do as well.
My sister's got a kid now, so she's
That's crazy.
probably never doing anything ever again aside from raising her child,
It's gonna be you.
unless
one
she wants
day.
to be a bad mom.
What do
Yeah.
you say? You'd be a bad mom tonight and hang out.
Yeah, yeah. No, but I gotta go. I gotta fly out to Washington and meet that kid soon.
You haven't met your nephew?
No, I think he's like a month and a half old now. When was he born? He was born in May, I think.
Yeah, he doesn't have thoughts yet. You're good.
No, he won't know. Yeah.
Dude, Nate Bargatze's joke about because it's such a good. It's one of those things where he said something that attacked basically exactly what I've said to people, and he disproved me to my face.
Yeah.
It was he was like, I brought my daughter to Disney World when she was like 2 years old,
Uh-huh.
and he's like, like a lot of people, you tell that to them, and they're like, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't just leave her at home. And it's like, well, I didn't ask you to. Thank you. Thanks for telling me what your thoughts are on this. I didn't really ask.
Yeah.
He's like, but also it's like, I don't know. She's a kid. She likes Minnie Mouse. What am I supposed to do? Lock her in a closet and just be like, do you remember yesterday? No. All right. You're staying.
You're still in the closet then.
Yeah. The sentence, do you remember yesterday?
That's
is
really
so fucking funny to me.
Yeah. I don't think they do. I don't remember like anything from my childhood.
I've met a lot of people like this.
Yeah.
It's
Probably 'cause
weird.
I don't have an internal dialogue.
I think that's a part of it.
I think it is. I think it might be.
I don't understand how you don't have. I still don't understand this. If you're preparing to go on stage,
Uh-huh.
you're not reciting what you're about to say in your head. I mean, I don't really do that anymore, but I can still. I'm trying to think of a way that
It's
you'd have
weird.
to have an internal
I
dialogue.
don't like hear a voice. I don't know how to describe it. Was that another gunshot?
Yeah, I think
It
so.
might be fireworks.
I didn't know you lived
I
in
wanna
such a
look up this
brutal area.
internal dialogue thing real quick.
There's a name for it.
Is it internal dialogue? I said I wasn't gonna be on my phone, but I feel like looking something
Dude,
up
there was
is worth it.
There was a girl in one of my English classes, and we would do like silent reading time, and she was not able to read without reading out loud. So the room was completely silent except for this fucking girl in the back just being like, and then the dog ran over and we could
Whoa.
all hear her fucking talking, and we were just like, can you shut the fuck up? And she was like, I can't read if I don't read out loud.
What the?
I just want to be like, you're retarded.
That's super weird.
I know.
Um,
That was mean what I just said, but
intrapersonal
was annoying.
communication. Is that what you're thinking of?
no, it's just talking. That's what we're doing right now. Type in reading in your head term.
Okay. It says some people use an internal language-based monologue to organize and focus their thoughts, but not everyone.
What's the percentage? Does it have a breakdown?
No. Those who do not experience inner speech may rely more on visualization to process their thoughts.
So are you able to visualize stuff in your head? How
I
good are
feel
you
like-
at picturing things?
I feel like I'm pretty good at that.
So that's good for like
But there's
jerking
also
off
no
in the
way
shower.
to test that. I guess jerking off maybe.
It's the best way to test it.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like you're not a very sexual guy.
No, I'm not.
You and I don't talk about me and Matt Calhoun, man. I mean,
Talk about
every
sex all
time
the time.
we make eye contact, we're talking about sex. But
Yeah,
that guy,
no, it's just like that's yeah, it's you know. I mean, I just don't necessarily talk about it. You know what I mean? You like talking about sex with dudes?
I like talking about everything with dudes.
What did you want me to look up? Internal dialogue.
Internal dialogue reading.
Oh,
I just like hearing other people's experiences and then comparing and contrasting. If you can't find it, we should just.
yeah. This is so much
This is
dead
bad
air.
podcasting.
This is so much dead air. I can't do that, dude.
The good thing is that we're gonna seamlessly hop right back in.
Because you're gonna do a cut there, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that was a lot of
And I'm not gonna leave
dead air.
all of this in,
Yeah.
and I'm definitely not gonna justify it by saying to myself that when it's awkward, it's funny still. Have you seen Craig Ferguson's Awkward Silence?
No, is that like on his late show?
Yeah, he would do this. He would literally just do a segment called Awkward Silence where him and the guest would sit in a quote unquote awkward silence.
Oh yeah.
And it was really funny. And like the crowd would be laughing the entire time.
It's good.
It's really good.
That's weird.
Dude, they're a compilation. He is probably the best talker I've ever watched in my entire life.
He's really good, yeah.
There are just 20-minute compilate. There's like 6 parts of him just flirting with women.
Oh yeah.
And dude, they are so into him.
Yeah.
And he'll lean back and they're freaking like the most beautiful actresses in the world.
Yeah.
And he's like a handsome guy, but I mean he's nothing crazy.
He's a Scotsman, right?
Yeah, and he's got the accent, but I mean he is so smooth.
Scotsmen are notorious philanderers.
Are they?
Yeah.
I wish I had philandering abilities.
Yeah. Have you seen the Kill Tony the guy that goes up and his whole minute he doesn't say a word?
Yeah.
Killed.
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
It's annoying.
I wouldn't even be happy about that though.
Yeah, you would.
No, because
you
like,
just killed. Would you listen to that recording?
yeah. But it's like
that word economy is off the charts.
That's true. He got like I think 7 or 8 laughs on no words. It's an infinite.
Still is a skill.
It's an infinite laughs per minute.
I know. You can't even divide by 0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Laughs per
It's
word.
undefined.
Yeah. Laughs per word. Yeah. It's undefined. Yeah.
Technically, it's
You
not a
need to
real
talk
number.
to like a theoretical mathematician to figure out your laughs per word.
So we called an MIT professor.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Can you like? Here's the thing we were just talking about. Can you listen to an hour of that?
Can you imagine going to like, oh, this guy's filming his new special. Let's go watch this guy's special, and he doesn't talk the whole time for an hour, and just crushes.
Oh, that'd be so funny. I mean, it wouldn't be funny. How long do you think? Because okay, so he's crushing for a minute on Kill Tony.
Yeah.
How long do you think is? Because there has to be a ceiling on that. You can't just keep crushing with no words. I saw Princess Gwen Rose do it for about 2 minutes at Shuba's.
Oh, that's really good.
It was funny, honestly.
Yeah.
And it was surreal.
Yeah.
It was very surreal.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't think you could just keep doing that eternally.
No,
Although
I think, yeah.
For like, I think if you do like a crazy dedicated act out, and it bombs, I think if you sit in that bomb for long enough, inevitably you will kill.
Oh yeah. If
I think you
stand
just
there
have to
after-
wait it
yeah,
out enough.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's probably right. Yeah.
I'm not willing to test that.
No,
theory.
no, dude.
Should I?
You should, yeah. Do you have some act outs, don't you?
Do I?
You did something weird recently, I think. I don't remember what it was though.
I don't like the sound of that.
I thought you had an act out maybe at Lottie's one night, and then it didn't go well.
That sounds about right.
Dude, I have to go to the bathroom.
I have to go to the bathroom too. I can pause
Are you
this.
thinking what I'm thinking? Should we pause it?
Put your dick inside my foreskin.
I'll pee your pee out.
Kind of a Diva Cup situation.
Yeah.
All right, I can pause this, or I can just stop it and we can restart. Check.
Check.
Max and I went so long that I literally just had to do audio for the last like 45 minutes.
Oh, you stopped
So on the YouTube, it's just a picture of Duke.
the first. Oh wait, was that the most recent one?
That was the first one I did with him.
Okay. You did
Right.
pictures of Duke in the other one too, right?
No, that was the same one.
Oh, that's the same one.
Yeah,
Oh, you just split it in two?
there were just different pictures of Duke.
Oh, okay.
It was like pictures of Duke when I was changing the battery, and then
Mhm.
at the very end, it was just another picture of Duke.
Is Duke still with us?
Yeah.
How old is Duke?
He's old.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh man.
Is it sad?
No, it's not sad. He has had both ACLs replaced though,
Wow.
which is fucking bananas crazy.
I didn't even know a dog had an ACL.
Apparently they do.
Oh,
And
yeah.
apparently they need to get replaced. He tore
Mm.
one ACL and then got the other replaced. My mom literally calls it his $3,000 rear end, 'cause our choices are like, you can replace his ACL, or he's just gonna wither away. Dude, he was literally just walking around our house just on 3 feet.
Jesus.
He would walk down the stairs just balancing on his 2 front feet,
Yeah.
and his chest just got so big
Oh my god.
because he was just
He
he
got
was literally
jacked?
just benching his
Yeah.
own weight every single day he came
Yeah.
down the stairs. I have like a before and after on my phone because he's a really skinny dog,
Yeah.
and he literally just became like jacked in his his ass just became non-existent. He just has the tiniest little
You
fucking
gotta
butt.
get him a BBL.
My dog has had 2 ACL surgeries and a BBL.
BBL. Go down to Mexico, get your dog a BBL.
That'd be so funny. Like, you notice anything different about my corgi? Is her ass fatter than usual?
Oh man.
Yeah, it's also
The
lifted.
the dog we had when I was a kid. Fuck, let me check this really quick.
God damn it, dude.
No, it's okay, cool. Everything's fine.
God.
The dog we had when I was a kid was a Jack Russell Terrier named Dante, and when he got old, he fucking he he couldn't eat anymore. He'd go to eat his food, and the food would just fall out of his mouth. And so he was like withering away, dude. He was getting so thin, and he smelled terrible. And then my parents like finally were like, we gotta take him to have him put down, and they were like getting him ready to go to the car to take him, and then he like for the first time in like months he went and grabbed a toy to be like, see guys,
Whoa.
I still play, like I'm still good, and they're like, nah, dude.
They didn't fall for it?
No, of course not. He couldn't eat, dude.
Oh man.
And so they put him down.
Dude.
I was at college, and they put him down, and
He grabbed the wrong toy.
rest in peace, Dante. He was a funny dog. He hated balloons, and so he would like we had balloons in the house. He would pop them. He'd bite them and pop them and eat them, and so then we'd find like colored shits in the yard.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he was tight. He was a good dog. I saw him swallow a mouse whole.
Holy shit.
Yeah, 'cause I saw him get
See
it.
him catch it?
Yeah, I saw
where
him
did he
get
catch it?
and
Outside,
in
inside?
the backyard outside. And I was like, Dante,
Holy
no.
fuck.
And I ran towards him, and he knew I was going to take it from him, so he just fucking
He
gobbled
just
it
went
down.
bottoms up?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Live. That mouse was alive, and he swallowed it.
It's cool that dogs still have that in them.
Yeah.
Like even like he's been a Jack Russell Terrier has been that's so far removed from a wolf,
Yeah.
but he still has that dog in him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quite
Dude,
literally.
my dad bought him like a huge bone. It was like it looked like it was like thicker than a femur bone, but it was like that long. This
Like a
fucking huge
T-Rex bone.
Yeah, and like he had these guys come to work on the house in the backyard or something. They had to get in the backyard, and they like came around to the front. They were like, "Hey, can you make sure your dog is locked up? Like, 'cause we got to go back there." And my dad was like, "What? What are you talking about?" And they're like, "Well, we saw that bone that he has." And then Dante like came walking out. He's like a 20-pound dog, and they were
That's
just
so
like, lining
awesome.
us up. Yeah, he was a good dog.
Dante must have felt like the shit.
Yeah, he was.
Was Dante hung?
He had the tiniest penis, dude. It was so small. He would hump. My mom had like this. My mom had like this. It wasn't like it was like a workout mat that she would like roll up. She didn't do yoga. My mom's not liberal. But it was like a workout mat, and she rolled it up, and he would like hump it, and we'd be like, "Oh shit, red rocket, red rocket!" And his little boner would come out.
Ah,
Yeah,
damn.
yeah,
It's just tiny little. That sucks.
yeah,
I mean, it's awesome.
yeah. Dog. It doesn't suck that the dog gets a boner.
No, dude, when I worked as a doggy daycare attendant, there were just some dogs that were just goobers that would just sit there and just get super hard.
Like they just had really good imaginations.
No, it'd be the equivalent of a guy jerking off in the subway because he's watching other dogs interact and then
Yeah.
just being hard.
Mhm.
And it's just like an English like yellow lab. What was his name? Though I'm thinking of one in
Are you
specific.
gonna out him, dude?
I
you gonna-
am.
Are you
I
gonna
am.
bleep his name?
Wait, I feel like he has the name of a car. It's not Ferrari.
It's like Yaris or something.
What is it? Fuck. He's a yellow lab. And he was such a goober. He was such a dumbass.
Yeah.
But he had like a big freaking square head. And he
You
was
say
super
big
low.
square cock.
He had a huge cock. He had the biggest. Dude, I swear to God. He had the biggest cock I've ever seen on a dog.
I'm surprised we never got pictures of this.
I should have. Well, there were cameras, so I could
Yeah.
go into the footage. But he would
Yeah.
always. I think it might have been Oscar. He always just sat there and just like tongue out like
Just getting hard.
completely hard in the corner.
Wow.
And there was no protocol for that. Like for every other thing, there was a like there was a cat. Like we did like report cards every single day for them.
Yeah.
There actually was a so the protocol was
Jerk him off.
so the protocol was what do you think was the worst issue in dog world?
Dog humping another dog.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sexual assault is rampant.
Yeah.
So on the on the questionnaire you have to fill out, their like doggy report card, there was a category that said got a little frisky today. So they were sweeping it under the rug.
Yeah. Sugarcoating it.
They'd be like fully raping a dog. And you'd have to
Jesus.
pull, dude. There'd be repeat. There were dogs that were just, they would just choose one other dog and they would just rape them all day. And you'd say no, and you'd drag them into a cage, and you'd be like, stay in here for 5 minutes, and you'd set a timer. And the first thing they'd do when you let them out,
It's like prison, dude.
it was exactly like
Yeah.
prison. Yeah, and you saw some dogs get Stockholm syndrome with their abusers.
Oh.
It was weird. It was like a big psychology or sociology. Psychology bachelor?
Some sort of experiment.
Dude, there was a dog. I did a draft with my two of my coworkers on my last day.
Uh-huh.
I knew it was my last day, and they did not.
Yeah.
And so I was just acting super chipper.
Yeah.
And they were cool and fun to hang out with, and I just had to leave suddenly, and I was like, we should just do a dog draft of all the dogs.
Oh.
And
that's
I
cool.
have the piece of paper like on my bedroom wall, and if I didn't have it, I wouldn't be able to remember a lot of the dogs.
Yeah.
But because I have their names, I can reconstruct it.
Yeah.
So there are like 35 dog names
Damn.
on the paper, and we drafted that. We each had like different strategies in the draft, and there were dogs. Like there was a dog named Bunk,
Uh-huh.
and he was just this super chill. He looked kind of like a Rhodesian Ridgeback,
Okay.
just big, like reddish dog,
Yeah.
and he just was the most chill guy I've
Yeah.
ever met in my entire life.
Yeah.
And there's another one, I can't remember his name, but he would just go into the crate every single day and just stay there.
Oh, really?
And it was like
That's
heaven
sick.
on earth.
Yeah.
And dude, he knew. I can't believe I can't remember his name because I think he was on my draft. Bunk was my number 1 overall, but I think this guy was my second. And he knew, he was the only dog that knew how to unlock the crate.
Oh, really?
And every single day, 'cause it was just amusing, we would watch him. 'Cause when it was just like the attendants and him, he would be out like fucking around with us.
Yeah.
But as soon as the other dogs came in, he's like, I can't deal with this.
Yeah.
And he would just immediately walk over, and he would like literally lift the lever and then paw it over and walk in, and he could close the door too.
That's crazy.
And what's even crazier is, so we'd have to kick him out to put other dogs in timeout
yeah.
because they'd be raping. And and he would behind our back just let that dog out and then go in. So we'd literally turn around and there was another assault happening, and then we're
Yeah.
like, God damn it!
Yeah.
We couldn't even get mad because we loved him so much.
That's so funny. You remind me of another thing Dante did. We got him like a Christmas sweater. It was like this red sweater with
Yeah.
like snowflakes on it, and it had like loops to go over the front legs and loops to go over the back legs, and we would put him in the crate at night because he would pee and stuff in the house. And so we'd put him in the crate at night with his sweater on, and then my parents would go to let him out, and he would take the sweater off in the middle of the night. He figured out how to take, so he'd just be standing there.
No way!
And the sweater would be laying next to him. My dad like set up a camera to figure out how he did it, and I forget how he did it. But
Oh,
like
you
he
son
was,
of a bitch!
I mean, I don't know. It's just he like worked it off. I don't know. It's
Don't rob me of this image. If you
What?
had a perfect description of that, it could have changed
I
things.
don't remember. I'd have to talk to my dad, but it was amazing.
Still, it's very
yeah.
impressive to get a 4-legged thing off
Yeah.
with no hands.
Yeah. No thumbs.
That's like super impressive. And the
He must have
dedication.
really
he must have
fucking
hated that. Yeah.
sweater, dude. Yeah, but that's funny that dog would let the rapists out, so he could go in the crate.
Yeah, there were a lot of personalities.
Yeah.
It really made me hate dogs.
Yeah.
No, it didn't make me. I love dogs so much.
Do you like dogs better than cats?
You have to. Look, dude, I respect cats. I didn't
Yeah.
used to. I think part of becoming a more mature young man is understanding that cats are cool in their own way,
Mm-hmm.
and that I respect cats, and I probably relate to cats more
Yeah.
than I realized I used to,
Yeah.
because I want to be a cat, just
Yeah.
a cool cat.
Yeah. Oh, dude,
But
actually.
like dog people, like people who act like golden retrievers, and very irrelevant. Drew is grabbing a note. Drug-free cool cat. Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Zoom in on that.
Drug-free cool cat. But
Can I keep this?
no.
What?
That's the only one I have.
Are you fucking
Um,
kidding me?
It was just for show. But the thing is, if you get a cool cat, it's so cool.
Totally.
but
I
well,
want a cool cat.
I
That's
will
I'm
say-
gonna get a cat within the next year.
The coolest cats though are just cats that are like dogs. What happened there?
That's so
Dog girl?
yes.
Yeah.
You're completely right.
Yeah. Yeah,
Although cats are so silly. They're so goofy.
they are.
My algo is very cat
Is
heavy.
it, I get a lot of cats.
Cats
too,
are
yeah.
so funny.
They're so funny.
They're
dude.
so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Dogs are too, but there's like I feel like I can empathize more with a dog.
Sure.
So when a cat does it, it's always like, "Oh, you silly creature."
Yeah.
With a dog, it's like, "I see what's going on."
Yeah,
there."
like some cats will play fetch. Some cats will like follow you around
I've
the house
seen that,
too.
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Do you think that's a nature versus nurture, or do you think you just gotta get lucky?
I mean, I think it's a nature thing. Like, so you have to get lucky with a cat that's smart. And
You don't think you could raise a good
Mm.
cat son?
maybe I think some cats don't have a chance at that, but I think you can raise a lot of cats to be.
Yeah. Do you ever go to other people's houses and meet their pets and just be like, "This sucks.
Oh yeah.
This is so lame."
yeah.
Like,
Definitely.
this is the dog you think is the best.
Yeah.
You know how everybody says like, "Oh, my dog is the cutest,"
Yeah.
and like mine, Duke actually is, but it's different 'cause mine actually is.
yeah.
But everybody says that, and then you meet their dog. It's sort of like the Larry David thing, where it's like, "Look how cute my dog is," and you're just like, "Yeah." You just
yeah.
want to do that every single time.
Yeah. Yeah. I had friends in grad school that had a dog, and it was like really cute looking, but then you go, it has no personality. Like it doesn't care.
It's just a hot woman.
It's just like it does its own thing. It's like a cat. It's like a bad cat. It like
Yeah.
doesn't want to interact with you. It doesn't like it. There's just nothing to it. Just the way it looks.
That
It's
sucks.
like empty.
A
inside.
service level dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really brutal. Yeah, the
Yeah.
person. It's really about the spunk.
Yeah.
I guess it.
For sure. I mean, I'll take an ugly dog with a great personality over like a good looking dog that has like an okay personality.
I would take an ugly dog with a good personality, but only if it had a nice pair of tits.
Yeah, or a BBL.
Yeah. Absolutely. That would be great. Yeah, it is. It is all
so
about how
Duke's
they
doing
act.
all right with the ACL replacements.
Duke's doing better than ever, dude.
Good.
He's in paradise. He's such a
Heaven.
quirky dog. No.
How old is he
No.
now?
Oh man. I think he's double digits.
How old were you when you got him?
I'm trying to think. I think I was in. It's a pretty cool story about how we got him, by the way.
You said he was named after David Duke, right?
No, he was named after the Duke lacrosse case.
Oh, okay. So David Duke was like a famous racist.
Oh, perfect. Yeah,
Yeah,
that works
yeah.
either way then.
Yeah.
I think I was in 7th grade, so I was 13.
Okay.
And he was like 4.
Yeah.
No, there's no way that's true.
That
Because
can't be
he'd be
right.
so old.
He'd be so fucking old. He'd be like
I don't
20.
know.
He'd be like 20.
He's old.
Yeah.
My family has had a history with having crazy old dogs, though.
Oh,
We
really?
had 2 chocolate labs that lived to like 18 and 19.
That's really old.
It's fucking insane.
That's super old.
But what was I gonna say about Duke? Oh, so the reason we got Duke was because I sound like such a pussy talking about this, but I love dogs. Dogs are sick.
Yeah.
They really are. Like my entire childhood, I just grew up with dogs.
Yeah.
It was just all I knew. And then my parents got divorced, and my dad had the dogs, and I hated going over to my dad's house. Dude, I remember there was a night where at one point my dad had 3 dogs. We had Max, Barley, and a puppy named Jack. Jack is the one who died in the fire later. He was a Newfie mix.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
You said it like I knew about it.
I thought I
didn't know-
told you about
I
that.
didn't know you had a dog.
I have
die
a
in
joke
fire.
about it, but well, not really, but it's in the joke. Whatever.
I love that joke.
Barley, Max and Barley were both English yellow labs, but so we had 3 dogs at one point, and it was while like the divorce was happening, and I went downstairs at like 3 a.m. and all my dogs were there in the kitchen,
Yeah.
and I was like a little teenager, and I
Yeah.
was crying, holding my dogs. I was like, "You guys are the only reason I'm here," which wasn't even true. I had to be there.
Oh, at your
But,
dad's house? Yeah. Legally, you had to be
Yeah.
there.
So then, but it got to a point where I was just with my mom because I just wanted to be,
Yeah.
which sucked 'cause I didn't get to see my dogs, and I was just so deprived of having a dog around
Yeah.
that, like literally, my dog Barley used to just sleep on my bed every single night 'cause it was the lowest bed, and she was a super fat dog,
Yeah.
and she was so fat. She was like twice my weight when I was in like 4th grade. So I just would wake up and not be able to get out of bed
That's
'cause
tight.
she would just be sleeping on top of my legs.
Yeah.
But that was the kind of world I was used to. And then we moved into a rental with my mom, and we weren't allowed to have pets, and it was driving me fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where my mom caught me, where we weren't allowed to have dogs, and she caught me Googling cats that act like dogs.
Yeah.
And she like looked over my shoulder, and she literally was just like, "This is enough." And we just drove to Petco and adopted Duke.
Nice.
Dude, like we literally we drove to Petco, got out of the car. I saw Duke from the parking lot, and I was like, "Let's check out that one."
Yeah.
And all the other dogs were getting it, like people playing with them, and nobody was playing with Duke.
Yeah.
He was just sitting there all by himself,
Yeah.
and he had so much spunk
Yeah.
and charisma, and I was like, "We got to get this fucking dog."
Nice.
And then the person was like, "Do you want to take him for a test drive?" And we are like, "Yeah, sure." Just never went back.
Nice.
Just that
Got it
day
for
got
free?
him. You have to pay or something. I
Okay.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
The woman there. No, I'm not gonna.
She was hot.
She was so fat.
Oh. You have a good memory for fat people. First it was the Steak and Shake guy, and then it's the Petco lady.
It's not fat people. It's anybody who's to a proportion or shape that's so crazy that I can't even wrap my head around how it's possible.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like if I see someone that's super super skinny, I would think the same thing. But
Right.
I feel like those are
Like,
less
it's-
common.
It's just the anomalous.
Also, like skinny can only go so far before like you just can't support itself. But
Yeah.
fat really has such a high ceiling.
Dude, it really
Fat
does.
can go to a point where like it takes up a queen size bed and you can't move.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
You just live laying down.
you can't even lay down. It's just sitting.
Yeah,
Just sitting with an Xbox controller like right here.
yeah.
Oh my god. Fuck.
Do you ever worry about getting that fat?
I don't think I'll ever be fat. I don't think I
I
can.
hope you get so fat. It'd be be so funny. If
You
got rid of
fucking
it.
asshole. You would wish that upon me?
Just because
Now when I'm fat, I'm gonna be like.
I hope you're a comedian. I hope you're a super successful stand-up comedian, but you have to be wheeled on stage, and the mic is just like laying on your chest.
Is it worth it? Do you Ralphie May it for the ultimate thrill?
Oh, dude, I don't know how he was able to do like hour-long or longer sets.
I mean, he'd sweat like a dog. It
He
was
would, but like
crazy.
it must have been so hard on his body.
Yeah, it must have.
Yeah.
I just don't think I would ever be able to get fat. I've tried to gain weight lots
Yeah.
of times, and it's impossible.
I used to be like that.
But
Now-
you're still skinny.
I'm skinny, but now I can put on weight though. I have to be careful now. I used to be able to eat.
Superpower.
Dude, I ate
For how long?
until I was like 27 or 28, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's pretty late.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I mean I'm doing all right. I'd like to be in better shape.
You were saying you
but-
used to eat something.
Oh, well, I just used to eat like insane. Like, do you remember KFC had what was it called? Like the double down? KFC, they had a sandwich where it was like a bacon and cheese sandwich, but instead of bread, it was pieces of fried chicken. And one time in college, I got that at the drive-thru, and then I sat in my car and I ate 2 of them back to back in my car, and then I was like, dude, I'm gonna die. I did not gain any weight.
Did you feel tightness in your chest?
I felt like I was gonna pass out, dude. I
Oh
felt
my
terrible.
God.
I also ate 2 bacon double cheeseburgers one time from Jack in the Box. They were called bacon ultimate cheeseburgers,
Uh-huh.
but I ate 2 of those. That was like 4,000 calories
Holy shit.
in one sitting. I didn't feel good,
No.
but I used to be able to eat like that, and I would not gain weight.
Some people can just eat that shit
Yeah.
all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I literally can't. Like I just did like for tournament weekends, that's all you get to eat because it's all it's open,
Yeah.
and it sucks.
Yeah.
Like you'd think because during the week when I get McDonald's, I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I got McDonald's tonight. It's so
Yeah.
exciting. But when I've had McDonald's 2 times today, and I'm having McDonald's for a 3rd time
Oh.
or something like that. It's just there's nothing I want less than McDonald's.
It's grim. Sometimes I'll catch myself. I'll be like, ooh, I should go to Wendy's to get some double stacks. And I'll be like, wait, I had McDonald's breakfast today.
Whoa.
I can't do that.
Well, our good friend Sam Biru, do you know what his diet is?
It's a lot of Biggie bags
What's a
His-
biggie?
from Wendy's. That's like the $5.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
He
I
said
don't know
he
his
does.
whole
He
diet.
said he does. He wakes up and he gets like a McMuffin.
Yeah.
He gets a McDonald's breakfast, and then he gets like a Burger King lunch and a Wendy's dinner.
Are you serious?
Like I don't think it's Burger King, but he hits like a fast food trifecta every day.
Shit. For some reason, I feel better if I do like sometimes I'll do McDonald's breakfast and I'll be like, I can't get Wendy's, and then I'll go to Taco Bell. For some reason, that feels not as
It's
bad.
probably worse
Maybe.
on your asshole for sure. I still have never had Taco Bell.
Oh wow, really? You and Sophia?
Really?
Yeah, she's never had it.
Do you remember when we walked into a Taco Bell and we didn't end up going in?
Or
You're about to remember something from this night.
Oh yeah, the funniest thing we've ever seen. Like,
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, that was
Do
great.
you
dude.
wanna?
Should we go over that? Well,
Yeah.
that was after the annoyance, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we were gonna go to Taco Bell, and then it was really weird in there. There were like 4 people asking us to buy them food.
There was like one side of the Taco Bell that had like a flickering light,
Yeah,
and then there were like 3 sketchy characters in that side.
yeah,
It was very scary.
it was weird, and there was a line too, and we were like, "Fuck it, let's just get out of here." And then we went down the street a little bit, and we were near what's that? Were we near Berlin? That like nightclub? I think we were.
Yeah.
But anyways, we saw like
Right by the Belmont stop.
we saw like an ambulance and cops, and then we walked up. We were like, "What the hell's going on?" And there's a guy like flailing
Across
and,
the street.
across the street, flailing and like talking to the cops, and the cops are trying to calm him down. And then eventually, the cops and the ambulance just leave. And they leave the guy there. I guess he refused medical assistance or something.
Yep.
And then
And he was like screaming.
he was
at the top
screaming.
Of his lungs.
I forget what he was screaming about.
I don't remember. I think it might have just been gibberish.
It was nonsense for sure. But then he proceeded to pull his pants down, and he took out his penis, and he started pissing just in the street, like not trying to like hide it at all. And he just started pissing, and then he took his hand and like went through the stream like it was like
Oh
a
my
small
God.
waterfall, and he was just doing that for a while.
He
And
peed on a car too.
yeah, he peed on a car. He peed on a lot of stuff, and we were laughing
He was
really
very
hard.
cavalier with his piss.
And then that person walked by. I'm not going to gender them because
They didn't have one.
could have been anything.
It was.
And they got really mad at us, and they were like, you can't laugh at him. You can bear witness, but you cannot laugh."
If you're here to bear witness, that's okay. But if you're laughing at this, you should stop.
Yeah, and we were like, "No, we're laughing at something else." When clearly the funniest thing happening was
You answered so quick, I remember. I was
Yeah.
impressed by that. Because I was going to be like, no, we're laughing at the guy over there. They were totally laughing.
yeah,
And they were also like one of the craziest looking and sounding humans I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, I can't even impersonate the voice.
It looked like a like one of the 7 dwarves that was transgender
yeah, and abused drugs.
heavily. Yeah,
Yeah,
and shaved their head.
did like a lot of ketamine and meth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and like Keebler cookies.
it was a really nice night.
It was.
It was. A
It
fun
was.
Night,
I mean, that's a night we'll remember.
for sure. Yeah.
You don't remember the good nights, folks. You remember the nights where you went to Power Hour and you did a bit about how getting a haircut was a lot like getting an abortion because your mom judged you so much and told you to get rid of it and told you she'd pay for it. And you just did it to complete, absolute dead silence. And Grace Petrowski was sitting 2 feet in front of you with Sarge over her shoulder, just staring at you with a look on their face that said, "Do you think this is funny? Like, do you think what you're saying actually warrants laughter right now?"
Which is the name of Grace's mic.
Really?
Did you?
Oh
did you
shit!
think
Yeah,
that
you're
was
right.
funny? Yeah. Wow.
Maybe that some
Who's
things
Sarge?
are really starting to make.
Is Sarge somebody
Sarge
at
is the
Power
guy.
Hour?
Yeah, he's one of
Okay.
the vets
The
at
vets,
Power
yeah.
Hour in the basement in the VFW.
Yeah.
I cried after that, Mike. I went to my car and I held it together till I got to the on ramp, and then I merged and I just started crying.
You cried while merging?
Uh huh.
That's the worst time
It was
to cry.
blurry merge.
That's rough, man.
Yeah, that was like a night where I literally was like, I'm not gonna make it.
Because you didn't do well at Power
Power
Hour.
Hour?
It's like one of the toughest ones.
I haven't done that joke since,
Oh, really?
and it used to do so well.
Damn. You gotta
No.
revisit it, dude. I have so many of my jokes. I came up with, or at least came up with like a part of them, of the bits, very early on. But I just had no stage presence, no delivery, and they wouldn't work.
Yeah.
And then I go back to them, and now I can get them to work. So revisit it, dude.
From how early on do you get them?
I mean, even like the one about the gun trafficker.
That was early?
That was like the first couple months, I think, because
Wow.
that was when I was going to North Bar, and on the way to North Bar, I saw at the bus stop it said like $5,000 reward for any information leading to the arrest of a gun trafficker, and I was like, that's a terrible deal. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
enough money.
It's not worth it at all.
Yeah. And I would do that, and I just didn't know how to
You should
deliver it.
you should talk about that more. How
I
it's a
know there's
bad
so much
deal.
more to do it. Yeah, yeah.
Like talk about what you can't buy.
Yeah.
You can't buy a
You
lot.
can't even buy a car to drive away.
No, it's yeah.
No, I definitely need to dig into that more. You're right.
Dude, my Cosmo bit started initially as a throwaway line from the bit about fucking a snake.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was a line in the snake. I have a bit about Adam and Eve and Adam throat fucks the snake in the Garden of Eden. Used to be my magnum opus. I really genuinely thought it was a good bit. Whatever. I hate my life. But I had a throwaway line in there that was like it talked about how snakes are like great at choking. Or no. Snakes are like
Great. at sucking
assertive.
dick.
They're assertive. They don't
Oh.
ask for consent. They're assertive. And then
Yeah.
I said like that was in like Cosmo's top 7 tips and tricks for like pleasing your lover or whatever.
Yeah.
And then months later, I was like, I actually did read Cosmo. I should probably write about that. And then
Yeah.
I remembered that from that, and I literally built it out from there.
That's sick, dude.
And I haven't used any of the snake bit.
I love the Cosmo bit.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's so funny. That Easy Bar show that bit just crushed, dude.
That was
When
wild.
you got all worked up about like how the girl you were with didn't know that you're supposed to elevate the hips. And you're
Yeah.
like, you stupid bitch, and you're like yelling at her. hilarious.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah,
That was
so
one of
funny.
the only times I've felt like I truly rode a wave.
Oh, dude,
It was cool.
It was a wave for sure, and god damn it, did you ride it?
For that part, uh, 'cause I only in the like when I just normally do it, I only call her a dumb bitch one time.
Yeah.
But when I was doing it for that show, I called her a bitch like 3 times, and it just kept getting louder and louder.
Yeah.
And then I just improvised, "Do you want to come or not?"
That's great.
And it
dude.
got a
That's so
fucking
great.
huge. That was so awesome.
Because just the idea of somebody getting mad at a teenage boy getting mad at a girl like not wanting
For
to
not-
come,
yeah.
not
You
understanding
dumb bitch.
how she
Yeah.
can come is like so.
And
So
him
funny.
just knowing in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a perfect recipe for comedy.
It's so I did I tell you that I did a 40-minute stand-up set in front of 5 of my coworkers?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Via
So,
text. Yeah.
And some of them who were like my ex-college teammates, and I was in the scaffolding over the weekend with one of them,
mm-hmm.
and he told me, 'cause the Cosmo joke was in that obviously,
Yeah.
and he told me, he was like, "Dude, I literally while I was doing something, I thought of one of your jokes," and I was like, "What were you doing?" He was like, "Not quite making a woman come." And he was like, "I literally thought about how you said you're the Michael Jordan of not making women come."
That's
And he
funny.
said he like laughed while it was happening. How cool is that?
That's great. That's
Yeah.
relatable. That means your material is very relatable.
I was thinking about that. I think I want to have a line where I say, like, you ever go to a bar and you see a beautiful girl and you think, I'm going to bring her back to my place and just not quite make her come.
Yeah. That's good.
I'm going to get inches away.
Yeah.
About 2. We'll see. We'll see. I feel like I haven't been able to write any new good stuff in forever.
Yeah. The newest thing I have is, I think, the skydiving stuff,
Yeah.
which is annoying because I went skydiving like
You should go
4
skydiving
years
again.
ago. Yeah.
Serious. I'll go with you.
Yeah, you've
if
never
you,
done it?
If you pay.
If I pay? Maybe on your 25th birthday.
All right. Deal?
No.
Dude.
It's like over $200.
What about for Christmas? It'll be super cheap.
It's like, yeah.
Freezing cold.
No, they won't go under certain conditions. I don't know that they go in
that
the winter
sucks.
much.
You should be able to get a super big discount if you just go in like 10 degrees.
I think it's more about visibility.
What do you need to see? What are you going to hit? You're in the sky.
Not until you hit the ground.
Yeah, I mean, the ground is. Don't you pull the chute and then glide for like a couple minutes?
I think it's more about getting the plane up and down.
These people are such pussies.
Well, yeah.
You know, Steve-O put out a message and he said, like, if there are any licensed skydiver instructors that will skydive with me completely naked, please message me. And like a bunch of people messaged him, and then he did a fully naked tandem skydive.
Oh my god. With a dude?
Yeah.
Nice.
Isn't that sick?
Yeah, that's really cool.
Isn't that something you aspire to be?
Yes. No.
Maybe not the actual action, but the ability to just want to do something and then put it out on the internet and have people immediately be willing to do something that ridiculous.
Yeah, he's got clout.
Clout.
Am I using that word right?
I think so.
Let's not check.
So, dude, this is going to be a fun conversation.
Okay.
How would you handle fame?
How would I handle fame?
I know that you're one of those guys who, when I watch on stage, I'm like, this guy's only in it for the fame.
Yeah. I do really want everybody to know who I am.
I know you want to be a household name.
Yeah.
You want to have your face on every billboard on the side of the highway.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really think about that at all, honestly. Do you think about that a lot?
No, never, not once.
Yeah. You think constantly.
No.
No, I mean,
Well, but seriously, like, even if you got to like which is insane, if you did, if any of us do, like a Joe List level,
yeah.
where like there are people routinely just being like, "Hey, Drew Gregory,"
Yeah.
or like quoting one of your jokes, be like, "Short King."
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah, I
Be
mean, that'd
pretty
be
sick.
cool. Yeah. Like, the only thing I would want is, like, people that do know who I am, they see me and they're like, that guy's funny.
Yeah,
That's, like, the only
that's
the only fame I want.
Jesselnick talks to his fans, like, basically 'cause most of his fans listen to his podcast,
Yeah.
and he basically just tells his fans how to act.
Oh, really?
And he basically has just said like the best thing you can do as a fan is just have a short, like quick interaction, but like let me know you're really a fan.
Yeah.
And like the number one thing is just say like JRVP, which is the name of their podcast, and they like do the whisper thing.
Yeah.
But I've always thought about like Mark Norman had one with Chris Rock where Chris Rock walked by him and he like quoted one of Chris Rock's like super not well known jokes, and Chris Rock was like, "Damn, you know that joke?"
Yeah.
If you just said that, like, if you Norm's dead, but if you saw Norm
Yeah.
and you had 10 seconds, what would you say?
I'd probably be like, I'm a big fan of your stuff, but I gotta go. I'm going over to eat at Dracula's.
Oh, that's so good. Fuck. I'm not gonna do better than that. God, mine was gonna suck so bad.
What was yours gonna be?
It's probably gonna be like a moth walks into a podiatrist. I was just gonna say at the beginning of whatever, dude. I remember I was asking my friend. I was like, if you saw Ana de Armas, do you know who that is?
Yeah.
If you saw Ana de Armas in a grocery store, like Joel Osco, she would just buy like the deli counter, and you only had like 2 minutes to just wow her and try to make her your wife. What would you do? And I remember I answered, and it was like some like I would go up to her and I would be like, I think you're beautiful, and I think I love your work, and you're just so everything you do is so inspiring. And then I finished like my whole long bullshit thing, and he was like, my approach would be I would just treat her like a normal human. And I realized how much of an idiot I am.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, I completely did that wrong, theoretically.
Yeah.
It's probably the move.
Yeah. It's either treat her like a normal human or like put down her looks.
Which I do. Have you ever negged a girl like that?
No. That's an amateur move.
I haven't either.
Yeah, you have.
Feels so. No, I haven't. Have I?
I don't know. But
Nice
your
guy.
face told me that you had done it before.
No, I don't think I have. I mean, I'm really good at negging people without realizing that it hurts their feelings, and then like months later they'll be like, "And then you do this," and I'll be like, "Oh, I didn't know that."
Yeah.
Dude, I had a friend that I would just hint at him being gay for like 2 full years.
And then what happened?
And then we fucked. No, and then later on, I could like definitely tell that it like pissed him off.
Oh, I thought that he was gonna be gay in the end.
No.
Oh, okay.
He was never gay.
He was never gay.
I would literally ask him at lunch. I would be like, if you were in your bedroom and a murderer came in, where would you hide? A, under the bed. B, behind the door, or C, in the closet. And he'd be like, I'm not answering this question. I was such a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to cut that, honestly. That makes me look so
It does.
He's literally one of my best friends.
Yeah, like, let me tell you about how I bullied my good
I
friend
know.
for years. That's funny.
Well, yeah. I mean, girls are sensitive.
Oh, it was a girl.
No, he was a guy. I'm saying in general, I feel like, especially because most of the time I'm joshing with a girl, or like on an intimate level, it's because we're dating.
Yeah.
Like you give a lot more shit to your guy friends.
Oh yeah.
So then, when I'm doing it to a girl, it's in a romantic context. But then, if you have a joke that goes too far with like a partner, it's way different than with a friend.
Oh yeah, it's totally
weird.
different dynamic.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
That sucks when you make a joke and it gets misinterpreted and you're like, no. We can't look at the transcription here.
Yeah.
Because obviously what I said on paper is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Not
gotta
that
be
I've
careful
ever
with the ladies for sure. I like if they're your partner. There's a lot of
otherwise let it fly.
There's a lot of comics in the scene that happen to be women, and I've said some really terrible things to them as a joke, and they handle it very well.
Yeah, female comics are amazing.
Yeah. They're really good sports.
It's dude, the amount of shit that Maddie hears at Lottie's.
Oh my god.
And just
dude.
like
laughs
is
it off.
completely unperturbed by.
Oh dude.
I respect her so much for it.
Same. Yeah. And I mean, the other night at Lottie's, not this week, but I think last week, I was like giving Grace
Oh
Piotrowski shit.
wait.
You need that in there
I'll
somewhere.
still sync it up. The battery's about to die, but I'll just change it out.
But I was giving Grace Piotrowski shit as a joke, and she handled it really well. She was laughing and stuff. Grace is awesome. I can't wait.
That's just being a friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's like that, and that's like if I do that to somebody, that means I like you.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think you're cool. And Grace is awesome. She's funny, and I'm excited for her Mike to come back. That Saturday Mike is crucial.
Totally, I totally agree.
Yeah,
I was telling that to
she
Sam,
deals with so much shit there too.
women saying the N word.
That and then, but also there was a guy there that said something about like her pussy or something. Like
What?
asked her Grace a question about like her, said something terrible about her pussy or like it was like so uncomfortable. It was like, who the hell is this guy?
That's
And
weird. In like a creepy way.
Yeah, in a creepy way.
God,
and then,
dude,
and then like one or two comics later, the guy like, and she put her hand out to like give him a fist bump or whatever when he was coming on stage, and he insisted on hugging her.
Oh my fucking god!
I was like, dude, come on.
Is there anything worse than a hug guy?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Holy shit!
Apparently Hitler was a hug guy.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Bring it in. Yeah, that's fucked. Yeah, being an open mic host already, as you know, seems pretty like a thankless job.
Yeah.
But especially being a girl in comedy.
It's got to be brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there are definitely some benefits.
Yeah.
But probably not worth the cons.
Yeah, the cons I think heavily outweigh the benefits.
Yeah.
I imagine. I obviously don't know for sure, but
yeah,
with how much they complain.
I've
I
like
mean,
also
I'm just kidding. They're
now that we
great.
think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've like gotten out of an open mic and just walked some distance or even home just completely fucked up at like 3 a.m. and not even had a single thought about my danger.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And apparently women are like super scared about that.
Oh yeah.
About walking alone.
They're on high alert for sure.
Yeah, and I did acid and went to the Bean at midnight.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I was telling Kaylee Horton this was like maybe a month or two ago, about how it was when we were hanging out at Matt's one night, and I was like really drunk, and then I like had to walk to Sophia's place. It was like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was like, God, I was so bored the whole time. And Kaylee was like, oh, that's funny. Usually, like, if I'm out walking in the middle of the night, I'm terrified. And that's the difference.
Very funny.
Yeah.
I think being bored sucks more. Terrified's at least exciting.
Yeah.
Barring the fact that you don't actually get assaulted.
Assuming nothing actually happens to you. Yes. Yeah.
That would change things.
Yeah. At least with the fear, you feel alive.
You feel something.
Yeah.
Although walking in the dark fucked up is super fun. Through a cityscape.
True. Yeah.
I guess that's not like a city. I mean,
it's cool if you got a good view. I was walking through like Logan Square. It was kind of
it's not great.
You can't see. And it's a walk I've done like 1,000 times, so there's nothing new.
Walking like to the lakefront.
Oh yeah, at night.
That's sick.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's just like an inky abyss.
Oh yeah, when you see the water, it's crazy.
I was walking on the lakefront while I was on acid, like on the lakefront trail, like right on the water.
Yeah.
And it was just me and there was one other person on the trail, and they were trailing me. Oh shit, they were like walking behind me.
Yeah.
And that was the one point of paranoia I had during the entire trip.
Yeah.
Was like, is this silhouette following me?
Yeah.
And that was kind of creepy. But then I thought, what if they're afraid of me?
They might be.
I don't think any person has ever looked at me and been intimidated. Except for the 10-year-old I threatened the life of in practice.
I've startled some women at night.
That's kind of cool, though.
When I'm like walking behind them and they don't know. But it's just 'cause I like.
Oh, it's just 'cause the element of surprise.
Are you putting another battery in?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. We're still going?
Do you want it? I mean.
No, we can. We can.
I don't care. I think women see me and are very comfortable.
Yeah.
Which sucks. I want them to see me and... Because women are attracted to bad boys. you think I'm a bad boy? Oh no, we're at 2 hours 15 total.
Oh, 2 hours 15 total. Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. That's pretty good. Will there be enough stuff?
I'll see what I can do.
So when it comes out, it's like 7 minutes.
It would be funny to hyper edit it.
Yeah.
Just leave out like
It's the highlight reel?
everything. Well,
Yeah.
Eric Andre said for his show they literally just film for each guest like 2 hours of footage and they get maybe 5 minutes of usable stuff.
Oh shit.
Because most of it is just the person so uncomfortable that it's not funny.
Yeah. That's such a that show's crazy. You like that shit, don't you?
I love that
Have
shit.
you seen his movie?
His movie? What's it called?
I forget.
I think I've heard of this.
But it's like part.
Yeah, it had what's her face, Tiffany Haddish in it.
Maybe it's like part.
I didn't like it. I
you didn't
think
like
I
it?
did see this.
Okay. What's your
Yeah.
favorite comedy movie of all time?
Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's so good.
That's a good one.
It's.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's-
it could rotate, but like Tropic Thunder is just. It's literally a joke per minute,
Yeah.
and it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
It has blackface. Robert Downey Jr. got nominated for an Oscar for doing blackface in a comedy.
Yeah.
That's where the world used to be. That's how
crazy.
great things used to be.
That's crazy.
And in that movie, he got nominated for playing a blackface, for being in blackface, saying the phrase, "You never go full retard."
Yeah.
Like-
yeah.
That's the greatest thing that could ever happen.
Yeah.
Simple Jack.
Simple Jack. My little brother's name is Jack, so I loved that
that's-
when that came out.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean, you people?
Yeah.
The whole, yeah. There's a lacrosse joke in that where Jack Black is tied to a tree 'cause he's having withdrawal from drugs.
Oh, Jack Black's so good.
And
in it,
he
dude.
says, he was like, "Do you like lacrosse? I'll stroke your shaft. I'll cradle your balls." I remember I was like the first lacrosse reference I'd ever seen in mainstream media, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Yes,
He must have been hyped.
we made it."
Yeah.
What's your favorite comedy movie?
That's probably up there. Well, it's funny I asked the question. I don't even really have an answer.
I'll throw out more.
I actually really liked Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story. Do you know that one?
Never heard of that.
Oh, dude. It's great. It's got John C. Reilly in it. It's like, did you ever see, maybe you didn't see these movies. Did you see the movie like Ray about Ray Charles?
No.
What about the one Walk the Line about Johnny Cash?
No.
So it like parodies all these biopics of like musicians.
Uh-huh.
And it's I don't really need to describe it further, but it's
Is there a
hilarious.
scene where one of the kids gets sawed in half,
Yeah.
and he says, "You're still not half the brother,
Yeah.
half the son"?
You're not
yeah.
yeah.
I have seen scenes. God damn it! I always say seen scenes.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You have viewed scenes.
Let's just name really great comedies because there are so many.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna list up. What I genuinely believe. There's so many I want to talk about, but the other guys.
The other guys is fantastic.
I'm a
It holds
peacock.
up.
You've got to
Yeah.
let me fly.
Yeah. Wait, so you just learned ballet to make fun of the other kids?
to
He
make
was
fun
like-
of the gay kids.
Yeah.
He's like, you're like really. Could you
Yeah.
imagine where you'd be in your career if you hadn't shot Jeter?
Yeah. She's not hot. She's cute. About Eva Mendes.
Yeah. It's Christina.
Yeah.
If you're gonna come into my house, you pronounce my wife's name right.
Yeah. I like when Eva Mendes fucking goes to give him a kiss, and Will Ferrell's like, not right now.
Gators bitches better be wearing jimmies.
Yeah.
The sound of your piss hitting the urinal is feminine.
Yeah.
And then the whole thing about like, if I were a lion and you were a tuna, I would swim out into the ocean and kill you. And then he's like, we would construct breathing apparatus out of kelp, and we would hunt you, and we'd develop a taste for lion.
Yeah. We learn how to make it on land. Yeah.
Wouldn't start a lot. It would be 20, 30 minutes tops. It's
yeah.
enough.
Yeah, but that's enough to scout your location. Yeah.
Yeah, when's the last time you did a desk pop?
Have you seen MacGruber?
I have not seen MacGruber.
Do you know the SNL sketches?
Yeah,
though?
of course.
We got to watch the movie sometime, dude. It's
I'll totally watch
it's
MacGruber with you.
insane. It's so
With
over the
Will-
top,
yeah.
like weird and funny. MacGruber is great.
21 and 22 Jump Street,
Oh, those are so funny.
in
dude.
my opinion, are
Cynthia,
the
Jesus died for our sins. Thea.
Cynthia, you're dead.
You're dead.
Julia, Rob hurts. And then, dude, in that, Channing Tatum is like, what's that thing where like they stand up there and they tell jokes? Like, that's stand up. He's like, you should do that. That's way better than this.
Yeah.
And then, dude, I think about this so much when I'm being a fucking idiot. The scene where he in 22 Jump Street where Channing Tatum character is like, dude, because the drug is called Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, I found out you can get Wi-Fi anywhere on campus 24/7. And he's like, do you think they mean Wi-Fi like the internet? And he just goes, fuck you, brain. I have that fuck you, brain thought so much. That's so fucking good.
That's a great movie.
What are other great comedies?
I mean, Step Brothers.
I was gonna say Step Brothers.
Talladega Nights.
That's such a fucking classic.
Yeah.
The ice skating one with Will Ferrell.
Oh
Will
yeah.
Ferrell's so fucking funny.
What was the ice skating one called?
Blades of Glory.
Blades of Glory. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Dude, what's your favorite comedy TV series?
I mean, Curb is way up there.
Curb is so good.
Curb is so.
That's my
fucking
number
funny.
2.
I also like Last Man on Earth with Will Forte.
Never watched it. You're
That's
a Will
really
Forte
funny.
guy.
I do like Will Forte a lot. He has some of the best SNL sketches of all time, I think.
Yeah.
Other comedy series.
Have you watched Arrested Development?
Yeah, the writing on that is
That's my number 1.
insane. Is it? Yeah, the writing is so good.
Joke per minute.
There was like a newer season that I never watched.
The new season sucks.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
Just watch 1 through 4.
Yeah, I've watched that. They like.
I think that show is just like the pinnacle of comedy.
Yeah, it's so good.
And Curb is such a close second.
Yeah, Curb is.
What are you, fucking nuts? Dude, that was I actually think about this a lot. The day I watched the episode of Curb where like Susie doesn't use the slider or the coaster for her, and then it's like, do you respect wood?
Yeah, yeah.
And then at the Lincoln Lodge that night, I asked you if you respected wood, and you got the reference, and you were like, yeah, Curb, obviously. And I was like, I just watched that episode.
Yeah.
I watched it that day, and you got it.
Yeah,
That was so awesome.
it's really good. Other good comedy TV shows.
I don't watch like anything else.
Yeah, I mean, I love Seinfeld. Seinfeld was great.
I've been working my way through Seinfeld. I can't get over how hot Julia Louis-Dreyfus is in that show.
Really, she's a mega babe. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
funny
writing
woman
in that
is
is so
just-
good, though. The way everything's connected.
totally.
30
Do you think that
Rock. 30 Rock's really funny. I
I've
don't
watched?
know if
Yeah,
you-
that's really good.
Yeah.
Before he shot somebody.
Right. Then it was not so funny.
Yeah, dude, I'm like completely
Blanking on funny
I'm
TV
just
shows.
realizing that I just have not watched like anything.
Yeah. TV shows are not as funny as movies. Comedy TV shows, I feel like, are not as funny as comedy
Horrible
movies.
Bosses is a great movie.
Yeah.
When I saw that in theaters, I thought it was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
I laughed so fucking hard.
Yeah.
Going to like a packed theater and watching a movie that was a comedy and having everybody laugh in there was so fun.
Oh, it's super fun.
Dude, when the first Purge came out, my family and I, well, my family, my mom mostly, but huge into going to the movies.
Yeah.
Like we went at least once a week,
Yeah.
and we saw the first Purge on like opening weekend,
Yeah.
and every single time that a bad guy died, they got like a standing ovation. And it made the movie so fun. Like every
That's
single
wild.
bad person that died, we were like, yes! Just everybody in the theater cheering together
Yeah.
as one beautiful collective.
Dude, when you started talking about your family watching movies at the theater, it reminded me, like, we have a tradition in my family, like on Christmas Day, we go to the movies and watch.
Dude, we do Christmas
movies.
Eve.
Oh, do you? Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw Dewey Cox, that movie I was talking about earlier.
Fuck yeah.
And so he's like a musician in it, and there's this one scene that's so fucking funny. It's like he's on the road, and his wife is the woman from SNL. God, what's her name? She's great. Kristen Wiig.
Okay.
And he's on the road, and like he gets a phone call from her, so he like, it's like the night after show, so he wakes up in the hotel room. And he like answers the phone and he's talking to her, and then like one of the guys in the band or like a roadie or whatever walks by and he's sitting on the floor, but all you see is this guy's butt naked, and so you see his cock just come on the screen, and he's butt naked, and he's like, "Dewey, have you seen my sandals?" He's like asking for his sandals when he's butt naked.
Does it show his full cock?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Wow. Good
Yeah.
God.
But my dad was like, I think part of the reason I love that movie is because my dad was laughing the hardest out of anyone in the theater at that movie. He loved that shit.
That's a cool moment to see your
Yeah.
dad dying and be like, that's what gets you.
Yeah, yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Do you think that you have your finger on the pulse of what makes your parents laugh?
Oh yeah, yeah,
You could just,
yeah. I'm like a puppet master, dude.
dude, I'm not with my mom.
Oh really? You don't make her laugh?
I do make her laugh, but dude, I asked her point blank. It wasn't even asking. It was just like, who do you think is the funniest kid? Expecting it to be just like a very easy answer, and she was just like, ah.
Oh no.
And then I was like, what? I didn't think this would be close. And then she was like, everybody's funny in their own ways.
Oh no.
And I could tell I was like, maybe top 3.
She probably just knows that you asking that is the same as like any other kid asking like, who do you love the most?
Yeah.
So she's got to be political.
No, I just genuinely think she finds the others funnier.
Oh really? You think so?
Also, like, because when we're all hanging out, the way that they're making everybody laugh is very different than me, but we are all making each other laugh.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of
Sounds like you're coping.
I am coping. I'm trying to justify my mom's choice,
Yeah.
'cause how could she possibly betray me? No, it's okay.
Mm.
It's okay that my mom will never like my stand-up.
Yeah, you'll get over it one day.
I'm terrified that any girl I go on a date with will not like my stand-up.
How much do you think about like? You probably don't think about this consciously, but like, do you hope that one day you're writing jokes that like almost everybody finds funny, like that will appeal?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I want as much appeal as possible.
yeah. You want a broad
I mean,
audience.
there's something cool about like a Daniel Tosh norm thing
Mm.
where it's like you have not everybody knows about you, but you have, first of all, you have an extremely comfortable life.
Yeah.
Like you have a ton of fans.
Oh yeah.
You're in the top 1% of the 1%
Yeah.
of comedians, but it is still like a kind of niche fan base.
You're not mainstream.
I kind of like that.
Same. Yeah.
I think that's kind of cooler than
Yeah.
than like a Matt Rife, Dane Cook kind of, but like fluffy situation.
Right. Right.
But then I
right.
guess like Louis C, like everybody, he sells out MSG, and he's still like he's
Respected,
so
yeah.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got like a purity.
It's so rare though. There's only maybe
Yeah,
a dozen comedians that have been like that, right?
if
If that.
yeah. Is that what you want to be? Just mass appeal?
No, not at all.
Yeah, so I guess I would
but
be like the niche.
I just like what I've noticed like about my material is it really only gets people that are like my age plus or minus 6 years maybe.
Okay.
So like it's not a like we did that show in
Wheaton.
yeah, and it was like the average age was like 55,
Yeah.
and I was like I even going into it I knew I was like I'm fucked. Nobody's gonna know what I'm talking about, and it sucks. Like
Totally.
I'd like to have stuff that's more relatable to a broader audience, but
I
I
totally.
think that just comes with time.
I don't know if it will, 'cause like the sensibilities of different generations is so different.
That's true, but
So I don't know if you can ever get everybody.
yeah, but like I think Brian Regan's hilarious.
I was
think
just gonna say Brian Regan, but
Jim
dude,
Gaffigan, I think
what
is great.
younger people like Brian Regan?
That's true. I don't think there's any like Gen Zs that are gonna like
No.
Brian Regan. Yeah,
No, I don't
Yeah.
think so.
that's true.
There's always gonna be like a give and take.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna be. Comedy is subjective, Murray.
What's that from?
The Joker.
Oh,
Joker, I guess. With Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh,
Oh, Murray.
I saw that movie once.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
When he shot him in the head.
You love that movie?
It's all right.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? I can do his laugh really well.
Let's hear it.
Everybody asks to hear it, and then I do it, and then they say, "Don't do that again." Do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
All right. All right.
That was really good. That was really good. I'm not particularly impressed, but you're right. That was exactly
If I had had more air in my lungs, it could have gone on for about 30 seconds longer, and it would really have taken shape in about the 20th second. So
I'm genuinely saying that was a good impersonation of that.
I did that on a ski lift that was broken one time,
Yeah.
and it echoed throughout the entire mountain.
Whoa, that's
Felt weird.
yeah.
Felt wrong. My friend was like, "Don't ever do that again."
Yeah.
What was I gonna say before that?
It was a good impersonation. I will say it's not cool that you can do that.
That's a great way of putting it. Yeah.
But sorry, what were we gonna say?
It was accurate, but not. That's like my Gollum impersonation too. Like,
Yeah.
process.
That's really good,
Yeah, it's creepy.
yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh, the appealing to a wide crowd. Yeah, whenever when Hannah did a bar show in Oberlin, and it was a similar demographic.
Yeah.
A little younger, and there were like some families there.
Oh.
But I was at a bar show, and I had to basically just do like mostly my corny stuff,
Yeah.
which is exactly what I did on on the Hale Street show.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right, I guess I'm just gonna do all my corny material, and it sucks. 'Cause like even if it works, you're like, I don't even give a shit about this.
Yeah, you don't like it.
I don't care about this at all.
Yeah.
None of this means anything to me. And then when I do something I care about, it doesn't do well. And it's like, well, back to the bullshit. Back to what you assholes want to hear.
Yeah.
Which is me say that I pissed in a guy's mouth or something. Wee.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. What I'm trying to say is I'm too pure of an artist. People can't handle it.
Dude, some people do fear art.
I think I'm just going to start telling people I'm an artist.
Are you?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're an artist? You ever go to the art museum and look at the paintings and be like, yeah, I'm the same. It's same here.
I do think that. I think what I've crafted it rivals this. When I saw Guernica
Oh
by
yeah.
Picasso,
Yeah.
when I saw that,
Yeah.
I thought this has quite the message,
Yeah, dude.
but nothing compared to most of my comedy.
Yeah, dude. I saw the fucking Sistine Chapel and I was like, wow, that's crazy that this is like the way I feel right now is how I make other people feel with my jokes.
Just pure awe.
Yeah.
I didn't laugh a lot, but goddamn, I was starstruck.
Yeah, I was, yeah. Took my breath away with those jokes.
Dude, it makes me so annoyed how not cool I am.
Dude, I'm the least cool guy.
I
in
hate-
town. It
All I want to
sucks.
be is cool. I just want to be like the James Bond guy that's in the corner quietly, and then we do comedy.
See,
It's like it's just not cool.
yeah,
It's awesome and it's the greatest thing ever, and to us I think it's cool
yeah.
and it's attractive, but it's not like suave
No, it's not smooth.
or
no.
unless you're like
Although-
Jesselnick,
Yeah, I mean, like,
but I'm not.
you do see, like, there is like this big thing. I see like Instagram reels of comics that are like, I'll watch it and I'm like, I'm pretty sure this person's not funny. They're just cool, so people are laughing 'cause they're like clearly trying to get them to laugh.
Yeah.
Like they're hip, they're dressed well, like they look like they're modeling for like a Kohl's catalog.
Totally.
Or something. And but I think that if you were
Cole's catalog. It's kind of a low bar.
Yeah, you caught that.
You think
you
they
caught
might
that
be a
really
little
late.
liked more than that.
But I think that if you were cool, you probably wouldn't have other things that you need to have for comedy.
Yeah, 'cause you're already cool.
Right. You're like, fuck, I don't need
Why
to
would I be funny if
I
I'm
don't
cool?
need to do that shit. I'm cool already.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I do think that there's like when you get good, like actually really good at comedy, I think that you become cool in a unique way.
Well, like Chappelle is cool as shit.
Yeah, but I think he was always kind of cool.
Fuck.
But
Well, that's it. If you're
I
not
mean,
cool, you're never gonna become cool.
no, I don't think that's true.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever be cool.
I don't know, man. I think you gotta.
I think I'll always get excited and start not being able to pronounce my words.
Oh, you mean like that? Yeah, yeah.
That's everything.
Yeah.
if something like that's not cool, it's gonna ruin all the other cool.
Yeah.
If you met James Bond and he had a lisp,
Yeah.
you'd be like, well, you're not cool anymore.
Or he got really excited about like a corgi or something.
Yeah, in like a weird way where you're like,
Yeah.
that was a little much.
Yeah. This guy has a license to kill.
Yeah, shit.
He can't control himself.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Undercover, he's blowing it right now.
Yeah.
That's all I want is to be cool. But then it's like, why do I even want that?
Yeah, I think it's better to be not cool.
I don't know about that, but or so are you saying that to be funny you have to be not cool?
No, I think a lot of people are making a living as comedians strictly because they are cool.
What even is cool?
If I knew, I would be it. But I think that like part of being cool, I think one part
Do
of
you
being cool
think-
is confidence, and I think you get
That's
that
everything.
when you get good at comedy, you get confident.
Dude, what is confidence really? It's just pretending, right? Or disillusion.
I
I-
think it's not being phased by things not going well.
Not being phased. Okay, yeah, being comfortable with failure.
Yeah. I do wish I was more comfortable in like more stressful situations. I don't handle stress well.
How do you react to stress?
I shut down.
Like you just go mute?
Yeah, I go mute. I don't want to I don't I like have like an avoidant personality for that.
What's the most stressful situation that you've been in recently that you can discuss?
I don't know. I really try to avoid them.
I'm a very stress avoidant person as well.
Are you?
But
No,
the
you're
problem,
not.
yeah, I am.
Really?
I feel like I'll avoid stress and then create more stress for myself by
Because
doing
you
that.
avoided it?
Like the fact that I have a note from my notebook written on my windshield right now that says please do not ticket, Chicago sticker on the way.
Yeah.
I have not ordered that sticker yet.
Oh, you haven't.
But I'm putting that there to avoid the stress of having to do that.
I thought you ordered that already.
No, I'm an idiot.
Damn. And you think you think they buy that?
Wait, why didn't you think I avoided stress?
Why did I think you avoided stress? I didn't think. I said I don't think you avoid stress.
You don't think I avoid? So you think I'm
I
going
think-
towards stress?
I don't think you necessarily go towards it. I just don't. You seem like somebody that handles stress okay. Like you don't have that big of a problem with it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's not true, but it's cool that you think that.
Yeah.
I know. I remember being in 8th grade. No, fuck. I remember being in high school and telling my mom like, "What is stress?" I don't even understand what
told
stress
your mom
is.
a question.
Yeah, basically. I threw it on the table. Seriously, I was like, my sister was always stressed. My mom was always stressed. Teddy was always stressed. And then they were like, "What are you stressed about?" And I was like, "Nothing.
Yeah.
Life's good."
Kind of sounds like you're cool, dude.
Was I cool? Dude, I talked to a girl today that I was not trying to, because you know me, I was talking to that one bachelorette,
Yeah.
and that's
You're a one woman kind of man.
exactly.
Because having multiple women creates stress.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
Yeah.
But it was just a chick that was working, like, she was reffing the game that I was sitting next to today.
Wow.
I was, like, doing, like, the camera stuff, and I was just, whatever, I was just there.
Mm.
And all I was doing is there was another ref who was an old guy, and he started a conversation about having to get his knees replaced that nobody gave a shit about. And he was like, "Oh, I have to get both knees replaced. I think it's genetics." And he's like he's like a 67-year-old who's just fat as shit. And it's like, I don't think this is genetics, but so she was laying down, and then she was like,
Wait, she's the ref and she's laying down all of a
it
sudden?
was halftime.
Oh.
And she was just like, or it was before the game, and she just said like, "Oh, I've gotten 2 ACLs replaced." And then I brought up the fact that Duke had gotten both of his ACLs replaced. But
you're
then
like, you're going to need a BBL.
exactly. Next step.
Sorry, go on.
But from that, we just had like a nice little conversation that was like 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where she was backing onto the field to like do the face off, and she just wouldn't stop talking to me.
Yeah.
And I didn't think about it as me being cool at all.
Mm.
And then the guy in the film tower was like, "Fucking Harry Rizadith."
Whoa.
And I was like, "What is that, Riz?" 'Cause I was just treating her like a human being. Is that all it is? I think of every time I think everybody's like this, but when you look at a normal human or just a human that you have no idea who they are or no connection to them, it's so easy to just like look past or like through them. But as soon as you find someone attractive or you're into them, you just have this weird difficulty of treating them normal. And then you're like, what is normal? How do I act normal?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Yeah.
You're right. You're not cool.
I'm a huge pussy. I'm not. Dude, I've never been cool.
No, you're pretty cool.
I have spurts of cool.
Isn't it cool how isn't it nice like when it shows up a little bit? You have those brief moments where you're like, wow.
Yeah, like when someone throws you a beer and you catch it.
Oh yeah.
And everyone's like, whoa, and you're like, I got so lucky.
Yeah. And then you open it and it sprays all over you. Yeah.
And you go, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I swear this never happens.
And you come everywhere.
Yeah, you come too, yeah. It sucks when you come, dude.
Dude, I haven't, never mind. What am I saying? It's, let me just say this. It's been about 386 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Since you masturbated.
Yeah, right. Dude, when I went to Spain with my buddies, I didn't masturbate for I think 6 days.
Whoa.
And Daddy's never been that backed up before. Dude, there was one night where I was just like, I have to do this.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't a matter of I want to. I have to do this, or else I'm going to become so irritable that I'm going to bring down their vacation experience.
Yeah.
And I just snuck into the bathroom in Barcelona at like 3 a.m. And I literally like, I like touched my penis. Like, I didn't even get to enjoy watching porn because I just
You didn't even get through the passcode and you already nutted?
I didn't even like figure out my VPN and then just immediately.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and it also just it felt like I just transcended space and time.
Yeah.
Felt like in Doctor Strange when she pushes him out of his body.
Dude, I went through a dry spell at one point. It was like after my ex and I broke up, and I like was so depressed I didn't do anything with that. And then when I finally did, like when I finally was with a woman, it was like, you know, in those in like maybe you haven't seen those old cartoons, but there would be like cartoons where there'd be like it'd be like Looney Tunes, and they'd be looking for oil, and then like the oil would shoot out of the ground, and it would form like a ball in the earth before it finally just like exploded out. Exactly what it felt like.
So fucking awesome.
Weird. But cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a good time.
I'd say it's a good time.
Yeah.
Did you ever used to shoot blanks? Do you remember shooting blanks?
No, I don't think I ever did. I think the first time I masturbated, there was ejaculate. It was bountiful.
Mine was the first time, if you don't mind me asking.
I think in...
How have we not talked about this yet?
I think in like...
me and Matt Calhoun have covered this.
I don't know if this is late or not, or it's almost certainly not early, but I think it was like 6th or 7th grade.
6th or 7th grade. So you're like 12, 11, 12?
Yeah, something like that.
That was around the same time as me. I guess I was just a super late bloomer.
Yeah.
Dude, the first time I ever watched...
So then I was too?
No, you were coming. I
Oh,
was shooting
shooting
blanks. I
That's
shot
tight.
blanks for years.
That's tight, dude.
It was. I
Yeah.
would just jerk off every night beneath my covers.
And there was no
and then
mess.
just sneeze snore. Just go
Yeah.
right to sleep.
And then one time...
One time, the super volcano under Yosemite erupted.
Were you pissed?
I was scared.
Did you think you peed the bed?
Uh-huh. Well, I didn't know what had I
Yeah.
knew something had to come out
Yeah.
and it was moist.
Did you think it was bad? Like it was a
Yeah,
bad
I
thing?
was scared as fuck.
That's so tight.
And then I got out of the sheets and I was like, "What is this goo?"
But
Also, I used to just like drop trow in my room and just do it standing in the middle of my room just whenever I wanted.
you
and
and your
then-
brother didn't share a room?
Uh,
Not at
he
that
moved.
point.
No, not. But he moved out of that room by that point.
Okay.
And yeah, I remember then one day I just did it and I just came all over my sneakers. And I just had a cum stain on my sneakers for like a year.
Were you like, what the fuck is that? Did you
Not a
talk
lot
to
of
anybody about
people-
it?
I didn't tell anybody about my. But dude, get this.
Yeah.
First time I ever watched porn was through my neighbor's window.
Whoa.
And that's how I watched porn for like a year.
That's tight.
'Cause like every night our neighbors, he was like it was a great family friend couple, but like one of their sons was in his 20s and his room was downstairs right here and mine was upstairs right here.
Yeah.
So I had a perfect vantage. And
Yeah.
it was like old school like VCR porn.
Ooh, some of the best stuff.
That's what I grew up on.
Yeah. That's what
And-
you were reared on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was reared on old school, good old school. But I was just like printing my math homework one night,
Uh-huh.
and I just looked and I was like, "What is that?" And I was like, "What is that?" And then I just like brought a little stool and sat and studied it, and I was like, "This is, oh my god!" And then
yeah.
I literally just for like weeks didn't even know how to masturbate, but I would just sit there and just like stare at it and just be like, I know this is something. Like I know this is something that I'm into.
Yeah.
I just don't know why or what it is.
That's amazing.
And then eventually friction makes fire. I just
Yeah.
figured it out.
Yeah, dude.
I fucked that printer.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah. Life finds a way.
I've also, have you ever, well, so across the street from me,
Uh-huh.
I got home from a mic one night and I
Uh-huh.
was taking off my shoes in like the little area before going into my apartment, and through the window across the street, I just saw a woman with huge tits just take her bra off in front of the window.
Wait, this was recently?
Yes.
Whoa.
And I just like could not believe my eyes.
Yeah.
In the wild, just
That's
saw.
amazing, dude.
I know. And I was just like, whoa.
Damn.
It was like the hottest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I was at a bar in grad school, and we were watching the Floyd Mayweather fight. I forget who it was he was fighting, but when Mayweather won, this woman at the bar stood up like on her chair, and was like, "Yeah!" And she lifted and showed her titties,
Good God.
and I was like, "This is so fucking cool."
This is next level.
Yeah, I was at the Annoyance one time, and across in the building across, there were people having sex with the blinds up.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that was also cool.
Have you ever been the couple that's getting spied on, do you think? Do you think if somebody was watching you and your lady make love that they'd be turned on?
I think probably, yeah. I've never been the couple that's been spied on, to my knowledge. I definitely have been the guy masturbating that's been spied on. I'm just kidding.
That'd
No,
be crazy.
yeah, I
So are they masturbating to you masturbating?
Yes, yeah. Well, it's kind of like a chicken and the egg thing. We can't tell who's masturbating to.
They were masturbating and you entered their field of view masturbating?
It's like a real
Which came first?
yeah. A little
Which
bit.
came first?
Whoa,
Comedy.
that's good.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Dude, can we order some fucking pizza?
Yeah, let's order pizza. All right, really quick,
Yeah.
if you want to say anything to the audience, 'cause this will. I'm gonna be honest right now. No, the audio's still recording.
Oh, the audio's still
The
going.
camera
okay.
just died for the audio
Yeah.
listeners, which is not a lot of you. 6 people.
Yeah. But we do love you.
Yeah, we do. Oh my god, dude, we've been going for an hour 19.
On top of the 2.
Yeah, we've done like 3 hours.
Holy shit.
Holy fuck. So if anybody made it to this part, Thank you for
the
listening.
most faithful
Comment
listeners.
anything, literally anything,
Yeah.
and I swear to fucking God, I'll shout you out. I swear to God. I swear to God, I'll say your name. Put a message in quotes. I'll say it verbatim. I'll endorse whatever you want. Just fucking comment on this goddamn video and add it to a playlist and like it.
Yeah. By the way, dinosaurs are lizards.
I'm pretty sure they're birds. I mean the camera. All right. So, do you have anything you want to say to the audience at the end? Something to leave them with?
No.
Plug your socials.
Oh yeah. I don't remember what they are though. Drew Gregory Comedy on Instagram. That should get you. If you want to see 2 stand-up reels. I'm planning on adding a third though.
Holy shit!
I'm gonna add the Christina
No way.
Aguilera bit.
That's a great fucking bit.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. Hasn't been working lately though, so I'm making it less. That's why I want to post it. But
Oh, that's beautiful.
But yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
beautiful.
hell yeah. But yeah, nothing else really to say. I mean, I appreciate anybody that listened. I hope that we were entertaining. God bless you. Harry hates that I said that.
You used to joke about that so much more.
I did. I need to get back to
About
that.
me just hating religion.
Yeah.
I remember that when you and I went to Power Hour together for the first time.
Yeah.
And you were like, "Do you have a girlfriend?" And I said, "Yeah, she's a Christian." And you said, "You're like, when's that gonna end?" That was like the first thing you said.
I was right though.
All right. Well, I was gonna say something that was gonna be pretty profound. Fuck. What did you say? I was gonna piggyback off it.
God bless you.
Oh no! Before that. Fuck. This is such bad podcasting. Oh, nope. Oh, okay. So I asked Matt this, and I thought it was just interesting. So, how do you? Is this your? You've done a podcast before. Okay, how do you think this went?
I think it went really well. I think that we had good conversations with. We got some laughs in there. We talked about comedy a lot, but not just comedy. We talked about other stuff too. So like overall, I mean, it went by way faster than it.
That is true. It went
than
by
I
very
thought. Like,
fast.
when we were at an hour and a half, I thought we were at like 45 minutes. So I had fun. Will the people have fun? That remains to be
Comment,
seen.
let us know.
Yeah.
All right. And for me, thank you for watching. Please tell people about how great this is. Right now, I'm at 250 subscribers. Dude, the channel's been growing very rapidly.
Yeah.
Very rapidly.
How you at 215?
250.
250? Weren't you at like 170 like a couple weeks ago? That's crazy.
I've gained to 80 subscribers in a week.
That's amazing, dude.
I know.
Fuck
it, dude. The lowest viewed podcast I have is 270 views.
That's really good.
The highest is at 1.3K.
Wow, dude.
And then there's another one at 1.2K.
Nice job.
Isn't that fucking nuts?
And no comments still.
Virtually no comments.
Oh, virtually no comments.
There have been like 5 comments total.
That's pretty good.
Max Orch is one of them.
Okay.
And there's another one that just a hard eyes emoji on the one with me and Hannah, which is kind of weird.
Was it a guy?
It was an Asian guy. Kind of looked like John Ming.
Ooh, I'd be careful with that.
All right, goodbye, everybody.
Bye.